I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
And if you was instead of hating, you be ballin' too. I know you seen us fallin' through. All the rich niggas is all my crew. Fuck it, they can't touch us. If stuck up is what you call it, cool. Ooh, you should've seen when I came down in that. Black on black, cause it's greater haters face down on the mat. Splat, yeah, I can make a green nigga mad. Quick, fast, flash like 10 cash on this bitch ass. You can tell I'm a G by the walk in the stands. I play the game, make me talk in the stands. Watch how you talk when you talk to the man. If it ain't about bread, you talk to the hand. I show you how to get rich. You got a weak arm, I'll show you how to pitch. Made so play, I'll show you by the hit. And tell the police I don't know about shit. Hey, God, I'm fly, something like the air. Ain't that something when it's stunting, man? It's nothing like air. Homie, hold it right there. Homeboy, I'm right there.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
I got one in the back, I got one in the front. I make them do what I say. They tell me say what I want, I tell them get your money, girl, and just stop breathing. Cause if it ain't about that dough, it ain't about me neither. See a gangster like myself, I get that paper and women. Man, your woman probably out there with some paper to give me. Listen, you're looking at a real pimp, ask my old women. And they'll tell you no remote, I control women. I'm a whole load, put me in the game, woman. If he ain't paying, then he shouldn't be playing. I'm saying, broke dudes only make jokes funny. I make more than I can fit in this quote, honey. Unquote, come sun soak with me, ma. Fly you down here and lay you up in my beach house.
Haters going down for the count.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more.
His brain's gone, nigga.
It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting.
We really hit it, nigga.
We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals.
Break that shit down, nigga.
AK to anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. Stay on point, 6-2, gon' split 'em. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eating bullet for dinner.
5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops, Draco. I got them all, you don't want no.
I got all those things, nigga.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave a nigga bleeding. I get this bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sonny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleed. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleed.
Y'all know what the fuck going on around here, nigga. Y'all nigga keep talking about you want smoke. You can't catch me on social media, my nigga. I'm in the street with it, you dig what I'm saying? Nigga know they gotta kill me or die, nigga. Fuck you mean? Talking about smoke and we still living in the same bitch. No, sir. You don't got smoke with me, baby.
What up? Peace and blessing to everybody in the building. Salute to the family. Salute to my nigga Marquis in the Cash App with the $2 holler. Salute. Hold on 1 second. Let me try to get this thing hooked up real quick. See if I can get this shit working. Dr. Key ran into some stuff she had to do today. So I got the link pinned. You know, we can have an open discussion for all them Shakur fans that's out there. Anybody that want to get your opinion off, today's the day. I got the table set. The dishes are laid. If you want to come to dinner, it's an open invite. Plus, it's an open invite anyway. Anybody can hop up here. You know, it's an open bar. Shout out to my brother, All Things. Peace and blessings to my nigga, All Things, Big AMCFSG. Tracking 327, salute King, peace and blessings. Shalom to my brother Rod Walker in the building. Salute. Cam J Network. He say he listening at work. All right, cool, brother. Peace and blessings to you. Big Block in that 454. What it do, my brother? Peace and blessings to you. So salute. And salute to everybody that's in the building today. And you know, Cash Crypto in the building. Salute, King. Peace and blessings. Salute to my brother Kevin Livingstone in the building. Salute to both of y'all family. You know, salute. Shalom to my brother, Mr. Altruistic, in the motherfucking building today as well. Salute, King. Peace and blessings to you as well. So, let me see if I can get this together. So, we have reports now that Tito is now signed with the signing with the PBC. See, so Tiafimo, he realizes which side the bread is baked on, and he sees where the money is. Like, Tiafimo's not stupid. Like, Top Rank cannot do nothing with that, man. Honestly. They haven't been able to really do nothing with them. You feel me? So, let me see if I can get this together. I'm trying to pull up this thing on my computer. On YouTube. All right. And you know, the link is in the chat. Anybody want to hop up here, you can. There ain't no problem. You know, we can keep this thing an open conversation today. And y'all make sure y'all smash that like button for a nigga if y'all can. And you know, if you can, donate to the grind. You know, we get it in every day. We gets it in every day, you know. You know, like we just got to get that other channel set up correctly. I've been meaning to do it, but people don't realize how it is trying to get 1,000 subscribers back to that channel. Plus, you got to do all them damn 1,000 hours and all this stuff right here. Like, I forgot how much work it was to put in to make a page at first. But yeah, it showed me it's a big difference. But yeah, so far, hold on. Oh, that's what. Oh, shit. There we go. City 804, salute. Peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings to you as well. So, this is the funny thing about this, right? So, hold on, let me pull it up. I'm about to share this. All right. So you got George Kambosos and Richardson Henderson. But we'll pull up this right here with Mill City yesterday. I want y'all to check this out.
Oh, everything good.
Everything good.
Yeah.
He says
Yeah.
he's still in negotiations
Okay, so
about his pay, though.
let's talk about this. All right. So, Edwin, what do you think about Keyshawn Davis not making weight?
¿Qué tú piensas de Keyshawn Davis no teniendo peso para la pelea contigo? ¿Qué tú pensaste que era lo que le estaba haciendo con eso?
Creo que se relajó mucho y fue algo en verdad como que pensó que yo me iba a vender por lo que querían venir a ofrecerme. O sea, que él se preparó para pelear ese peso.
He believes that Keyshawn got too relaxed in thinking that he was going to take the fight anyway, and you know that didn't happen as we all saw. But that he thought that's what ended up happening. That he thought that Keyshawn was too relaxed and thinking he was going to be desperate enough to take the fight.
Y que pensó que al yo tener.
And see, that's what we talked about right there. We talk about the fact that motherfuckers in boxing doesn't have no professionalism, no integrity. Like, we sit there and say we fans of boxers, but Keyshawn and his team were willing to go into a fight with the advantage. Like, instead of competing on an honest, on a equal scale, Thrill Hill, salute my brother. Instead of competing on an even playing field, on an honest scale, they say, you know what? These people right here are going to be so desperate for a payday, we about to force them to take this and let us come in with the advantage. And what they found out is Edwin De Los Santos has great representation behind him, and they just not going for any type of bullshit. Shalom to the Queen Arena in the building. She say, I'm at work listening, Will, when I can't. It's okay, baby. You have a good day. So they knowingly knew that they was trying to shit this man, but still thought this was okay. And this is what we have in boxing, people playing games, people that are looking for an unfair advantage. Like, people are not willing to take on an opponent head to head. Like, you have to have some type of advantage.
El tiempo que tengo inactivo, pensó que con lo que me iba a ofrecer yo
That
iba a aceptar
dude
la
named
pelea
Dave,
porque
salute my
necesitaba
brother.
el dinero y eso.
And he also believed that because he knew that he was out so long and, you know, haven't had any paydays as of late, that he was going to be desperate just to get that check no matter what.
But he got that check anyway, so that's great.
Well, he actually mentioned right before everything, he mentioned that it's still in the works.
He hasn't got paid yet.
Oh shit. Oh, okay.
Carl Moreno, they told him they lost a lot of money, so it's like you're losing a lot of money, and then you're saying you got to deal with me later.
That's why Samsung on my ex, because I told that promoter Rice said that he's, you know, they looking into suing, and Samsung, you know, went ahead and he validated that statement on my Twitter. So lo que te iba a decir es que hablamos que no te han pagado todavía. Y yo le estaba diciendo que yo en Twitter había puesto la entrevista del promotor Rice,
Okay.
y que había dicho que de la demanda es posiblemente que va a pasar algo en una demanda, y que Samsung había dicho que posiblemente que sí.
Estamos en espera todavía.
Was it the weight, or was it that he wasn't trying to pay the weight per pound that you guys wanted?
¿Tú crees que era el
hydration? Was it the rehydration, or was it the weight per pound that he didn't want to pay? That's why the fight didn't happen.
¿Tú crees que era la rehidratación ¿La cláusula de eso o el número de pago por libra por que él no quería pagar para hacer la pelea? ¿Cuál de las dos cosas era que tú crees que lo prevenió en
La dos.
He believes both of them. He believes that.
And see, Edwin De Los Santos, shout out to my brother GM in the building. Edwin De Los Santos believes that Keyshawn really didn't want to fight him. And I'm of the mindset to say that Keyshawn really didn't want to fight the man anyway. That's why he picked that man who's been out of the ring for 2 years on injury, layoff. You know what I'm saying? Then the man made weight. Keyshawn thought they was going to be desperate enough to make that man bust his ass to make weight while Keyshawn can come in there at any weight he wants to and style on him. That man, Keyshawn, was scared of De Los Santos' power and his speed. And Keyshawn, he wasn't successful in his... So Keyshawn thought that he couldn't match hand to hand with De Los Santos. He figured, look, I'm about to come in here as a welterweight and I'm about to beat this nigga ass. Shout out to my brother opening LDTV in the building. He wanted to come in as a welterweight and hop on this man's ass. And I got the link pinned in the chat. I want to hear y'all views about this too, about Keyshawn Davis, where he's at now. And if y'all notice, he's trying to ride the Javante Tank Davis wave right now. What it is, he's trying to get Tank Davis fan base. I see what it is. Motherfucker ain't fooling nobody. He's sitting there trying to jock Tank Davis because, you know, riding with Shakur and Bud is getting them nowhere. Fresh baked with them pies. Salute, my guy. Peace and blessings. So, you know, people always see if you can't beat them, join them. See, he couldn't beat Tank Davis. Dragon's Assassin, go on, Bridge. You see, he couldn't beat Tank Davis. He couldn't live up to the hype. So now he's trying to join Tank. That's what he's doing now, where he's all this ass kissing. And I don't like an ass kisser either, bro. I just want a motherfucker to keep it real.
It was both the rehydration clause and the dollar amount that was being negotiated per pound that he didn't want to agree on.
He had a lot of fans out there to go see him. I heard that everybody was surprised.
Salute to Mr. Tiller like it is. And see, Keyshawn, people don't even realize what's been going on. Keyshawn has been making these big fights in Virginia so he can hold his opponent to a next day 10-pound rehydration clause. And see, that's why he's fighting in Virginia. But see, after the 10-pound rehydration, Keyshawn, being a bigger guy, he can rehydrate much more than other fighters that's not used to it. See, Keyshawn is used to it. He's done prepared and got his body used to rehydrating like that in Virginia, like that for IBF. He's been doing that right there. Other opponents is not used to it. So when you come into that rehydration for the first time, you know, you don't know how you might react to it. That's why it's crazy, because Edwin De Los Santos and them still wanted to fight. They wanted to make sure Keyshawn didn't blow up 30 damn pounds. They was allowing him to come in 15 pounds heavier than the contracted weight. Only thing they told him is he could not rehydrate more than 149. Shout out to Malik in the building. Like, they said you could not come in at over 149 pounds. Keyshawn and his team vehemently said no. They really turned that shit down. They was not trying to come in only 15 pounds heavier than the contracted weight. They wanted to come in unlimited. And that's fucked up right there, because, nigga, if you can't, first off, if you can't fight the people at the scheduled weight class, then maybe you need to move up. Secondly, if your opponent has to make this weight, then you have to make it too. It's called being a fair sport. It's called good sportsmanship. It's called keeping everything on the up and up, not having an advantage or one up on somebody right there. And then for the people that's out here defending this shit, y'all are fucking sick. Just like y'all defend Devin's weight bullying antics. You know, it's just the same shit, just a different opponent.
Bueno, dice que parece que tenía una patrulla allá de gente listo por ti. You know, estaban en Virginia, pero parece que la República Dominicana cayó allá.
Sí, pero
Que si estaba sorprendido con eso.
no, ¿cómo te digo? Hubieron muchas personas que me escribieron y me decían que iban a para allá, ¿entiendes? Y me sentí en verdad muy bien, muy apoyado y mucho también fanáticos en Virginia también de ellos mismos, que o sea, me enseñaban que estaban apostando a mí. En su teléfono me enseñaban, mira, te tengo esto, aposté a ti. O sea, de allá mismo, ¿entiendes?
Salute the
He was
PGB
very
Big Dog.
surprised. He had a lot of people writing him up, but also at the fight itself, like a lot of people were actually putting money on him for the fight. He was surprised to see that you know a lot of fans were putting money on him to win the fight.
Shout out to PGB Big Dog in the building. But yeah, the link is pinned. Anybody want to come up here and give your 2 cents or whatever you want to talk about on this situation, you're much willing to come up here. Like, that shit crazy. Like, it really is, because a lot of people defend this shit. And that man really didn't want a piece of damn Tank Davis. I mean,
Él estaba
Keyshawn.
entero,
I
él
mean,
podía
Evan
hacer peso en
Santos.
realidad, pero él se preparó para querer tener esa ventaja.
He believes he looked very well that he could have done it. He just wanted to do what he needed to get the advantage.
Exactly. And that's what I've been saying. Keyshawn could have easily made weight. He could have easily made weight. He just didn't want to. He wanted to come in with the advantage, like Edwin just said, but I'm going to let them finish it.
And that's what he feels about that.
Si te fijaste en el aspecto físico de él, se veía que él estaba trabajado, pero no para bajar de peso.
Yeah, he says if you look at his physique, he looked like he's worked out, but didn't put the work, you know, to cut that weight.
Hey, I got a question for him. Ask him what was his biggest weight that he came down from? Because he was big as hell when we sparred him. But it's a discrepancy where people don't know where he walked around at. So let's get it out the horse's mouth himself. What did he walk around at before he lost to get down to 134?
Hay mucho comentario en que se está diciendo del peso en lo que tú caminas, y él le está preguntando cuánto tú pesabas cuando entraste a campamento, porque la última vez que parece que el hijo de él hicieron trabajo, tú te veías grande, él decía. So, él quiere saber en cuánto tú entraste en campamento de libra.
Bueno, cuando para campamento yo entré 1.70.
By the time he got into training camp, he was down to 170.
Okay.
In an interview, Jay Prince said that he most likely 90% will be working with you in the next fight. How true is that? And what were those conversations like? I heard he talked with him, and how was that conversation?
Había una entrevista que se vio hablando de Jay Prince, que habló contigo y que parece que quizás hasta el 90% es posibilidad de que tú y él van a trabajar juntos para la próxima pelea, y cómo, y que él habló contigo y cómo fueron esas conversaciones.
Bueno, tuvimos un acercamiento, tuvimos una conversación ahí más o menos, pero o sea, no nada concreto, ningún detalle, ¿entiendes?
Nada profundo.
Exacto. Sí.
No. They got to meet each other. The first time they got to meet each other, and they had a chit chat, but it was we're open-minded for the future, but there's nothing deep nothing details to be said that's going to happen.
That's crazy. So Edwin de los Santos probably was around 200 pounds, because he said when he finally got to training camp, he was about 170. So, he worked out before he got to training camp. So that man was probably about 200 and some pounds before he had a chance to make it to training camp. So that man really worked. He really put in the work, and he really grinded. You feel what I'm saying? But Keyshawn and them, they tricked the boxing game. I've been saying that they've been tricking the game. I've been saying that them boys right there, it's a facade. And most of the people over there is fucking facades. They cornballs, man. Like, the shit is some real cornball like shit. And like I said, they do shit to try to get motherfucking a certain type of gratification. And right now, people in Philadelphia are upset right now. And I'm about to pull up Price Boy Salute. And y'all make sure y'all smash the like button. Y'all make sure y'all support the grind. And if you want to hop up here, y'all make sure y'all hop on up here. The link is pinned. But I want y'all to I want to pull it to one of the coaches out in Philly on YSN. They kind of upset about the situation, and this is what they had to say about it. Like, Keyshawn Davis is basically starting a little war with that bullshit they did. And see, people don't understand, but shit follows you. Like, you might be at a damn fight. Like, this man just got jumped in Philadelphia, basically. So you might be at a fight, and the motherfucker might want to get some get back. See, you just open the door for all that shit, basically.
I'm back.
Coach Reg, what's good, Reg?
I'm back, man. I'm back, baby.
How you feeling?
Good. Just leaving the gym. So, you know.
All right, Reg, you already know what I'm going to ask you, man. I ain't gonna pussy foot around. Boy Nair Albright upsets Kelvin Davis.
Okay.
You called it. You thought this was a very, very winnable fight for Wolf.
Right.
Majority decision, even though people felt like it should have been unanimous. What was your thoughts on the fight?
I don't even understand how they scheduled this fight. Well, scheduled this fight, knowing Wu gave Keyshawn a tough fight. What did they think? Did they think that the brother was going to beat Wu? I mean, I think the whole thing was nutty. I mean, like, after the situation, they jump him in the locker room and all of that. I just think the whole thing is nutty. And, you know, to be frank, Philly is on edge about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just Nair team. Like, Philly is on edge about that.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, never. It's not professional. It's not professional. You gotta handle things in a professional manner, man. You can't do that. That was wrong all the way around the board.
Do you feel like that kind of clouded a great performance move? Because all people really can talk about is what happened afterwards instead of him upsetting the odds and beating Kelvin.
I mean, but did people really think that Kelvin was going to beat Wu? Like, let's be honest. Like, see, you got a lot of people on the outside of boxing looking in who, you know, just going to give their opinion, who really don't know. But realistically, like, did anybody think that? All right, Al. Did anybody think that Kelvin was going to beat Wu? Like, come on. Nobody actually thought that.
I mean, if you look at it objectively, Kelvin is bigger man, big 140. Wu will be moving up. So then that's why it was looked at as a good fight.
But is Kelvin making noise at 140? No. No, he's not making noise at 140. And realistically,
yo, this dude.
That boots.
Yeah.
And to be frank, like, they only know y'all because of Keyshawn. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like y'all done nothing in the game to you know, make memories. Like, who have y'all beat? Then y'all put him up against Wu, who gave your brother a tough fight.
Keyshawn Davis misses weight by 4.3 pounds. The fight with Edwin Santos doesn't happen. And then attack on Nair Albright. Could we see a possible backlash from Keyshawn, who was he was riding a wave, like 2 spectacular stoppages, won his first world title, and then now, you know, sky's the limit.
One thing you can't take from Keyshawn is being a great fighter. Keyshawn is a hell of a fighter. That's one thing you can't take from him. Despite what they did, you know, what they did as far as going at woo and jumping woo in the locker room and all of that. Keyshawn is a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that away from him. What they did was 100% wrong. 100%.
Nair has his brothers. Keyshawn has his brothers. Could we possibly see a situation where it's brothers versus brothers? I ain't talking about no street shit, but where everybody can make some money. Maybe Quadir versus Keon, Isaiah Johnson versus Kelvin, and rematch with Keyshawn and Wu. You like that?
At 140?
Yeah.
I would like to see that. I would like to see that. That'd be good. That'd be good.
So see, a lot of people, opening. I don't think he's a great fighter either. I think he's a good fighter. And yeah, salute to everybody in the building. The link is pinned. You want to hop up here, you can hop on up. We got an open chat right now. But Desmond Johnson, salute. But see, it's funny how the coach is saying everything that I said. See, I'm giving y'all professionalism and y'all don't even understand it. Because, we laugh and joke every day. Y'all, a lot of people don't realize I really know my shit. Like, I'm really down in this shit. Like, I really know what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all see, y'all have grown-ass coaches that's been in the game for years say the exact same shits that I be saying. Be giving you the exact same points, the exact same breakdowns that I give. And I be giving it to y'all all the time. Like I sat there and told y'all that Nahir Albright, he put the game on. Bruce Gas, salute. I told y'all that Nahir Albright gave Keyshawn Davis everything he can handle down in Texas. I told you that was a tough fight for him. It wasn't shit that he could do to that man. And then you seen that after that right there, I told you Kelvin Davis wasn't going to have a chance to fight against him because I told you it was going to be too tough for him. I told you it was going to be a tough fight, and I told you that Crush the Legend, salute. Crush, I got the link pinned. You want to hop up here, my brother? But I sat there and told y'all that Keyshawn Davis barely escaped. He escaped with a no contest. Kelvin Davis is ass. I've told y'all that. I've told y'all that, hell, I thought Superstorm Johnson was going to beat him. But I sat there and told y'all Kelvin Davis didn't stand a chance. Albright is actually a good fighter. And he actually put the smokes to damn Kelvin Davis' ass. I don't know why it was a motherfucking majority decision. That shit should have been a damn clean sweep. Because he damn sure was clean sweeping Kelvin Davis's head in that damn ring. Every time I look, he would bloop. He was sweeping that nigga shit. So them judges, I guess that was the home time advantage. Don't make Kelvin look too bad. Like, this grown ass man was sitting there crying. His brothers had to go to defend him. His brother had to go back and get his face back. Like, nigga, please. Like, nigga, you exactly LaMarcus Robinson, that motherfucking home cooking. Like, that shit was trash, dog. It was trash as fuck. And that attitudes is trash as fuck. Like, that shit crazy as hell. But then you got some fans that sit there and say, oh, man, it's nothing you can say. Like, either one thing over here, either we're going to keep it 100 or we're going to bullshit with it. Now, I ain't never been one that bullshit. I like to keep everything 1,000. You feel me? I like to keep it straight. Keep it down the middle. B-Dog, salute. Exactly. Then he said we coming back, but not for our people. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the nigga said some crazy ass shit like he's in his feelings. He's in his feelings because he got his ass whooped. Terrence Gayton, exactly. I was like, bro, how the hell did you get 95? I said, bro, I ain't even got Kelvin winning 2 rounds. And you had that shit tied up. Like, nigga. Rod Walker say he had 10 rounds to make a mark on the fight. And his brothers in a few seconds jump him and leave a mark. Kelvin is not elite nepotism on display. Yes, sir, boy. I know exactly what this is what Rod Walker talking about right here. Like, that man sitting right there, cleaning everything. Then whoop, brothers came down, nigga, Willie lump, zipper head Fred after that. Shit's really crazy. Yeah, Picasso, they tried that motherfucking home cooking, man. And see, that's the shit that gets me. Like, this is what gets me, right? As a boxer, you have so many pitfalls out there. You got to make sure another fighter don't beat you. Then you got to make sure the other promotional company don't beat you. Then, it's just so much shit that you got to go through as a boxer. You got to worry about the judges cheating you, other promoters cheating you. You got to worry about your promoters cheating you. You got to worry about not getting beat by your opponent. Like, it's just so much shit that a boxer has to go through with. You got to worry about motherfuckers playing games with the weight. Like, a boxer has so many. Y'all give me 1 second. Nah, I ain't get hacked, bro. I had to pause for a second. Hey, 2 Cent, the link is pinned in the chat. Won't you hop on up here, 2 Cent, so we can finish that conversation that we had over there on your channel the other day anyway. Shout out to the beautiful Queen Cassandra. All right, that dude named Dave. What's good with you, bro? Yeah, you always can pull up, bro. You always welcome up here. And shout out to the beautiful Cassandra in the building. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all support the grind. If y'all can, hit the Cash App, the PayPal, and always hit the like button. Appreciate that right there. Let me see if I can pull this thing up. Is the link pinned in the chat? Hold on 1 second. All right. Let's see. Get that together. How you doing, beautiful? How you doing today?
Mic check, can y'all hear me? What's going on? What's going on, chat?
Like
Shout
you
out
on
to everybody in the
Verizon?
chat. Yeah.
I can hear you like you part of Verizon network.
What's going on?
Shit, not much. First off, let me say you got the patience of a saint. Richie L, salute, bro.
Man, I got 3 sons and my husband. I'm in a house full of men, and I got my daughter. So I definitely gotta have some patience for real.
I'm talking about the patient that you sat there and put up with that dumbass bullshit they was talking on your show the other day.
Well, I mean, that's the premise of the channel. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So, everybody get to come up there with their opinions, no matter how dumb, retarded, or ridiculous it is. You can go and get it off. But what we gonna do is we gonna rip it apart, and we ain't gonna let you slide with that.
This man was trying to tell me that a boxer can't lose 10 pounds in one day. I'm like, what the fuck?
Man, them UFC, I watched some videos one day. Me and my son was watching videos about cutting weight. Man, them UFC fighters be cutting 20 pounds, 25. And I'm like, how can they even function?
It's the water weight, 2 Cent. All it is getting the fluid out of there. Like Rachel and Nonito told you when they was up here that time that they would cut about 10 pounds the last night.
But I ain't never cut no weight. So is it like a thing you get used to? Because like I'll watch my son, right? And let's say he lose like 5 pounds in practice one day, all water weight. He be acting like he's so drained.
Yeah. He ain't acting. His ass be drained. But you gotta realize, right? When boxers is doing that, all they're doing, say like you work out, right? To make a weight, right? So you're getting your muscle tissue down to the lowest that you can get it without dehydrating yourself, right? So next, the body is made up about 70-80% water, right? 70-80% fluid. That's what the human body is made of. You know that, right?
Yes.
So
70% water.
Yeah. So once you get down to the weight that you can no longer cut, like fat wise, right? That's when you take all the fluid out your body. So now you're trying to get your body from 70% water to around 40 to 30% water. Hold on one second.
Yes, that.
So you're going from 70. So you're going from 70%. You're going from 70% water to around 30 or around 40%, preferably. But some people can go below that, like 30%. That's when it gets dangerous. That's when Eubank's dad was complaining they're trying to kill my son.
Yeah,
because
he looked crazy. He looked crazy. He looked like drunk in the ring.
Because your brain,
he ain't had no power and nothing. That was crazy.
Your brain sits in fluid. And one thing about rehydrating is just like gaining weight. You can't pick where it goes. So you may have a lot of fluid in one spot and not enough in the next spot. Like you may rehydrate and your gut is rehydrating, but your brain ain't rehydrating. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying Keyshawn didn't dehydrate himself. If Keyshawn wanted to, he could have cut at least 8 pounds.
They said Keyshawn weighed in. I heard somebody say that they was at the gym and they was at the fight. And now I don't know how true that is, but they were saying he weighed in at 137. Like the morning or something like that. They was basically saying that he was 137 and he gained more weight by the time of the weigh-in. And I think it was Chris Mannix saying that people were spraying water on him, making it look like he tried to make weight. Like it was just like a whole lot of
Honestly, 2 cents. Honestly, after the first meeting, he did look bigger. I think when they seen that Edwin De Los Santos made weight so great, I guess, and shout out to the beautiful queen, Miss Alice York, in the Cash App with the $5 holla. I appreciate you, queen. Thank you so much for supporting the grind. The show appreciates you. And if I can get some more of y'all to support the grind, that would be lovely. But I think Keyshawn was going to make the weight at first. But I think when he seen De Los Santos had cut down without no problems, he was like, you know what? The 2 years ain't as bad on this nigga as I thought it would be.
But how did he
Shout
know
out
he
to my
didn't have
brother
no
Rick Tim.
problems? That boy was sunk in.
You say what?
How he know he didn't have no problems? He looked sunk in.
Yeah, he looked at sunk in, but he still looked at like he had vitality. Like you could tell when you're looking at a person when they sunk in and they weight drained, but then you could tell when they still got that spirit, got that pop to them. Like Edwin looked like nigga, once I rehydrate, nigga, I'm on your ass. You feel me? And Keyshawn and them saw that shit and they was like, you know what? This nigga too dangerous.
And you know what, Upper, like I hear all that, and even if this is my thing with that, right? Like I get it, I don't condone it, I think it's weak, and I hear all that, and I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm saying maybe, possibly, just a smidget, it'll be a little bit more understandable if you didn't cherry pick him off the couch.
Exactly.
You cherry picked him off the couch, bro. Like people don't understand. Like they want to cry about Ryan Garcia missing weight. This is, it's. I get it. Ryan Garcia was wrong for missing weight.
But
I get it. But
Ryan
Ryan Garcia had been missing weight. He'd been missing weight, and so
yeah, he missed it against the nigga he had the Tijuana Taco.
I think he never fought at 140. I think he might have fought.
my bad, Miss Foxy Brown, baby. I'm sorry, boo. I'm sorry.
He never.
Shout out to the beautiful queen, Miss Foxy Brown.
But let me say, so let me finish. So, you know, to cherry pick him off the couch after everything he had to overcome, which, and everybody already, you was the favorite. You were the favorite. So to do all that extraness is just like, it says a lot. It just says a lot. It says a lot about where he is mentally. It says a lot about where he is as a competitor. It says a lot about his team, which is what I've been telling y'all about them over there with the strategizing and all this extra stuff they be doing. And so he just exposed at this point. He did get the belt off Barinchek, so he is a quote unquote champion. But just because these guys are champions and they have belts, it doesn't mean what these people try to make it seem it mean. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't mean that. Because you can strategize, you can politic, you can do all of these things to become a champion in boxing. It's not like an NBA championship where you absolutely have to go through the gauntlet and play this team and play this team. And even with that, they got some strategy type stuff going on. But it's not as easy to manipulate who you are.
Styles make fights. They can set up a style that's detrimental to another style just to get you a belt.
Exactly.
Like
and so I wonder if people still want to see Keyshawn fight Tank. Like, is that all out the window? Because I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, Keyshawn made a mistake." This wasn't a mistake, y'all. This was not a mistake.
Wasn't shit a mistake about that. That was calculated. That was clear cut and calculated. And then when people try to make a mistake for it, it shows their integrity.
Absolutely.
It shows what type of person you are.
If he would have won, let's say he came in 4 pounds overweight and he went in there and won in devastating fashion, like, would you feel like, you know what I'm saying? I think it was a lose-lose either way, because to me, like, you coming in 4 pounds overweight, you already bigger than De Los Santos, bro. I'm not finna be like, oh, you the greatest. No, you're not. You BSing.
Honestly, I don't think Keyshawn even gave a fuck.
He doesn't care. And even his actions after the incident.
I think he just wanted to get a devastating knockout. He wanted to continue his streak. And he knew the best way he could do that is if he came in already hydrated. I don't think he give a fuck about what people would say. He didn't care about that.
And then I heard a lot of people trying to say, you know, well, they do it with the A side and the rehydration, and that's cool, but they do it in a way that's within the rules. He didn't do that. So it's not you know what I'm trying to say? Like, people try to say, oh, well, they put the A side, put this in the contract and do this in the contract. He already had a rehydration clause in the contract. You cherry picked him. You got a rehydration clause in the contract. Like what are we talking about?
And see, what people don't fail to realize when they try to make these fucking dumbass anecdotes is that the A side may put something in the contract, but guess what? that means the A side has to adhere to it as well. Like the A side just cannot put an unfair advantage on an opponent and not have to do it them damn selves. Like if Tank put something in the contract for his opponent to do, he has to do it as well. Keyshawn was trying to make that man come in weight drain and he was trying to come in himself 4.5 pounds over. Like, what type of shit is that? Like, nigga, you're not even a big star. You haven't even did a pay-per-view yet. And you think that you can sit there and dictate terms like that? Like, dude, that is crazy as hell. And shout out to my guy, that dude named Dave coming through.
Dude named Dave. What's going on? I need to get one of them podcast setups over there. That dude named Dave. He looking professional like He got the lighting. He got the pictures in the back. Let's go, Dave.
What's going on, Tucson? You pulled through my live stream the other night. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Thanks for coming through the other night.
Yeah, I try, man. It's hard to hop on to everybody live, man. But I be trying to make my rounds. You be having some interesting topics. I'm gonna join in next time.
Oh, no doubt. I'm setting up the next live and everything because I've been on X and it's been crazy out there. So they've been giving me a lot of content and everything. And for this setup here, just to let you know, this has been 3.5 years in the making, and I pulled a loan out of my personal savings to get to what, because I'm not an AV guy. So you got to put in what you get out there. And salute to you, Upper.
I'm doing it piece by piece. You know what I'm saying? Letting the channel support the setup.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let the channel support it. You know, we call crowdfunding here, you know?
And appreciate everybody that helps support the channel. But this is what I wanted to say too, Up and Dave. Even the delusion of the brothers. Like people asking, I think it's Keon is his name. You know, a lot of people saying stuff about Keyshawn when you think about it, and he like fuck him. What do you mean, bro? How could
like
you possibly say that?
And see, they don't realize Terrence Crawford had a time in his career where he said fuck the fans, and now people wonder why Terrence Crawford can't never do a successful pay-per-view. Like one thing about it, people have long memories. And when you say fuck the fans will always say fuck you, and you will never get off. Like Terrence Crawford had one successful pay-per-view, and that was when he was riding Earl Spitz's coattail. Everything else has been below 150K. And Keyshawn, you're not even at the magnitude to say fuck people. And then your brothers are saying this shit like, nigga, who are y'all? We only know you because your brother keep forcing y'all down our fucking throat. We don't want you. Y'all like the white people on HBO. Y'all the reason why they don't do boxing no more, because you're trying to force us down your throat. And your brother is ass. I've been telling everybody that your big brother ass. And your big brother, he crying in the ring after getting his ass whooped, and y'all gonna go jump the man. And it's obvious y'all couldn't handle the man one-on-one. That's why y'all went in there twice. Like, I would have respected it more if one of them went in there. Y'all had to go in there and jump the man.
And let me respond to that too, because when they were saying that he was gonna fight Albright, I was thinking in my head, like, wasn't that Keyshawn's toughest fight? Why would y'all think that his brother can beat him? Like what? Like I don't understand. And people were saying that the brother came from 147 to 140.
Keyshawn? Do you remember what I said when they said Kelvin was about to fight now here, Albright? Remember what I said?
Yeah, you pretty much like about to get his ass whooped.
Let me chime in here. I'm a business guy. You know, I deal with a lot of monetary stuff here, right? It's people who know me know that. There is two main things that the average ninja claims is not that big of a deal in what they're saying, but the people who cut their checks have a big thing on. And we talk about monetary impact, the immediate, but the biggest one that you cannot magnify right now, but it comes down later down the pipeline, and that's reputational damage. That is driven in what I do on a daily basis. Y'all don't even understand, because reputational damage is the people local are saying, I ain't going to that event again. Something's always going on this event here downtown or something like that. I ain't doing that. Or look at that. They had this headliner for this boxing event. We never get anything, and see what happens with boxing. I ain't going to check for boxing no more. Look at this local dude here. We try to support the local guy, but the next you know, he pulls his jankiness trying to take our money before he goes to the big time. See, those are just the minor things. But then when you look at the monetary impact, right? What about the 2,000 plus tickets that had to be refunded? So when you look at that, that goes even deeper, because that's the people who didn't buy a ticket yet saying, I ain't even gonna go now with this happening. Then you got the 2,000 You're saying that there's the parking that didn't get made there, the parking fees, the alcohol that people didn't buy potentially, the hot dogs that didn't get sent in, hamburgers, the pop and soda, those ticket sales, the other ticket sales. There is so much a trickle down effect that
and then the 400K that you still had to pay to the opponent, and you ain't even generating the money.
Yes, so you're paying an opponent money that he didn't even perform. He gets his full check. Now, you might save some money because you didn't have to cut Keyshawn's check. So that's about $800 to $1 million that you may have saved on, right? Because you didn't have to cut him that check. And then Bob Aaron will get his money back on that, best believe, right? So all these things here that we're seeing and the immediate impact of this money here that's lost, future loss, and Keyshawn just getting started here. He's not no Floyd Mayweather can pull this off here. So the powers that be's going to saying, you janky this money off on a hometown event, then your dumbass got in a fight with your baby in the straw and ESPN replayed that over and over again when them white folks going to say, why we would want to spend money for you as the headliner when white people and regular Americans like, look at this nigga here. He fighting with his baby in the straw. This is what they always do. See, all these things are happening and the Davis don't even realize I ain't even there yet. And normally black people don't get more than one attempt there. Who's gonna? You can't headline this no more.
And Dave, what's crazy is Bob Arum's trying to get a streaming deal, and you're doing this shit right now too.
Exactly. And let me interject here because that's a good point you brought up, Dave. I was about to say that because there was a moment I feel like my 2 cents in Crawford's career once he re-signed the Top Rank, he split his fan base. And I think that this is a moment. Even Keyshawn, he on 13 fights. Selling out of his hometown. That is great. He was well on his way to where he needed to be. But now I believe, in addition to everything you said, him losing money, not to mention the sponsors that lost money that sponsored the event. Keyshawn has split his fan base. The little fan base he had is split now.
Let me add another thing too. When I was talking about the money thing. You guys know, Upper Nose, I go to any fight I can go to. This year's been janky because I ain't gone nowhere, right? But people know I am the traveling customer. Where that I look for the hotel cost. I'm going to get a decent hotel. I'm traveling. It's going to be business or first class, no less than premium plus. I got to pay for transportation once I'm in town. I'm paying for everything else, plus the ticket or tickets in the building, which means not on free TV or the $70 for the pay-per-view, but a higher cost. So I am, when you say when you talk about travel and consumerism in that part there, right? And I'm saying right now, why would I invest a good minimum $5,000 to have a potential cancellation? That's what the potential traveling fan like me pays on a minimum to Vegas or to New York or Texas, where a fight of a magnitude that's going to be the major cities going to be, or California. We going to drop about 5 G's on the minimum. And that's not even counting if I'm tricking off doing something after the fight or before the fight. You know what I mean? So when you got the traveling customer that says, no, not the janky cheap-ass ninjas that be complaining on all those other channels and they ain't even spend no money on them and getting all the pay-per-views. I'm sorry to throw a shot at y'all Fire Stick gang. Y'all do it too. I know that. But I pay. I know you do what y'all do. I'm just saying I'm the paying customer here, you know? And then when I look at Keyshawn, I'm saying to you guys right now, like other people who travel the fights, I am not giving him 1 red cent.
Hey, you know something? That's what I say for anybody that's outside of PBC. And shout out to my man Nahir Young Flexing. Hey, y'all had a good showing up there, man. I thought y'all was going to do y'all first main event in Cleveland, but look like y'all had to do main event in Virginia, man. Shout out and tell your cousin Abdullah I said, man, good shit, man. And whenever you want to come on here, you can, Young Flex. But, yeah, like, I like to go to fights as well, but I really don't go to fights unless it's put on by PBC. It's just the quality. I've went to other people. I've went to the zone fights. I've went to top ranked fights. It's just like their fights are missing something. Like it's the atmosphere. Like it's a whole different atmosphere.
I've done top rank. I've done the zone. And those events have been The energy is vibe. The off. The event is not an event. Every PBC event I've been to, it's been a party.
It's a party.
We kicking
Exactly.
it. Even when Errol Spence got knocked out, we were kicking it in there in the T-Mobile.
Yeah, it's still a party.
I mean, it was still a low because he got his ass whooped, but we were still kicking it in Vegas, the T-Mobile, for the whole event. You go to any PBC event, even the few that they had in Chicago long time ago. I have all my pictures still with that there. We were kicking it. I go to Top Rank. It's going like to a tennis event. It's like, oh.
It's like going to a golf event.
You know?
It's like golf. It's like going to golf, man.
Golf, but that's my Saturday at 8 a.m. Not boxing at 8 p.m. on a Saturday night.
Yeah, that's
he seemed to have that kind of atmosphere. He seemed to have like a lot. I mean, I've never been, but it appeared that Keyshawn had like a lively atmosphere.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why I was willing to go to a Keyshawn fight.
Atmosphere now. Tear the club up.
Yeah, I was willing to go to a Keyshawn fight because he always had Abdullah on the fight as well, so I knew that would probably be a good thing. But him and his damn emotionally sensitive brothers, they've done ruined that right there. They've made me not want to do none of that right there. And then the fact that he shows a lack of respect and professionalism, like didn't even try to make the weight. And you know how I am about people that cheat in boxing. I believe that if I'm watching boxing, I want to see the best fight the best at their best. I'm not trying to see somebody get the advantage over somebody else. Like, if you can't make the contracted weight, then you need to move up. If you can't sit there and make this weight, then don't have your opponent adhere to that weight. And for you to want to play a weight game and come in and try to use the A side to bully this man into taking the fight so you can have an advantage over that shows me that you're a coward, and I done lost respect for you because you're not willing to see that man in the hands 50-50, like y'all on even scales. Like you need like you're a bully. Like you need some type of advantage right there. Man, y'all smash the like button. And let me get 4 more people to support the grind, please. Can I get 4 people in the Cash App or PayPal to support the grind for the day? And what'd you say, 2 cents?
It's like, where do the criticism be? Like, I keep an even level of criticism for everybody. I don't overreact to nothing. But I guarantee you, if Tank would have missed weight, we would have had 36-hour live streams. If Tank was fighting at the thing and did all this, like, it's just, don't understand
we would need
how...
the National Guard like in California. We would need the National Guard like was popping off in California. Call
with
the
ice.
Marines. Get ice out here. Oh, God, Tank was over by 4.3 pounds. This ninja, get his ass out of boxing. He is the worst thing ever. Oh, that's what...
Frequent, you're a liar. You're a liar.
Why do y'all keep talking about Ryan? Frequent, let me say this real quick, Upper. We don't care. It's over with, bro.
Like 2 cents say we don't care, but let me explain something, Frequent. I sat there and said that Devin Haney needs to not fight Ryan Garcia and go ahead and fight Barbosa. That's what I said. I said Devin Haney would be a fucking fool to go in there after he done made weight and Ryan Garcia sitting there with his muscles hydrated. It was you, Bill, and the rest of y'all heinous assholes that said that Ryan was a C-class fighter and Devin can beat Ryan at any weight. So he went out there and got put face down, ass up, because he took the extra money. He took that munyon. So y'all didn't have no principles. You didn't have no self-respect, and he got sitting up there with his shitty stains in his drawers. So don't say that. I told him not to take the fight. That man took the fight, and he took the ass whooping. You feel what I'm saying? So don't say that. I sat there and said that would be dumb as hell. And this is what ended up right there. He ended up just like that. And just like this right here. And just like this, facing another man's crotch. You know why? Because he wanted to sit there and play to y'all dumbasses and think that he could beat a man that's fully rehydrated while he's damn cutting weight and he's damn near dehydrated. That was y'all fault. And Edwin De Los Santos had good representation, and they didn't let him go into that dumbass shit. Y'all did that. Exactly, Foxy Brown. They said that Ryan's weight don't matter. That's what they said.
Just because we're not crying about Devin. Listen, this is the thing I want people to understand. Just because we got opinions about the fight with Ryan and we feel however we feel, it doesn't mean that we don't think Ryan Garcia is wrong. But just because we're not crying about Devin being a victim don't mean we don't think Ryan Garcia was wrong. So the missing weight for Ryan and the missing weight for Keyshawn is completely different. To hear that Keyshawn was 2 pounds overweight and then he was even more overweight later, to see that you could look at Ryan Garcia and see how he was fighting and tell that he was drained. So yes, obviously Ryan Garcia was bushing and try to cut as much as he can is what it seemed like to me. It doesn't seem like he did not do anything and then gained more weight to even have a bigger advantage. Like it doesn't make sense. And then when you have the option to not fight, it's kind of hard to cry victim.
Let me say this here.
Like I'm tired of the Ryan Garcia thing. Like let's move forward. That shit it's over with. Fight him again.
Let me just say this here. And Upper, I'm not gonna get your channel demonetized because I got my soundboard here.
I'm already demonetized, my brother.
Let me just say this here. Frequent, shut your up. Shut your filthy, probably from the Sudan, where you wash your hair in cow piss ass up. You are nothing but a true ass mother. Okay? You know what though? You never show your face because you a phony. You a clown. You scared to show people how you look because you know what though? You're sad. You know what? Your wife or your girl probably hates you because they just sad to hear this trolling every day. I don't understand a woman who would see this and be like, oh my God, my pussy's getting wet over this. No, you a clown. You sorry. Show your face. If you're gonna troll, be a man. Stop being a goddamn tether. Okay? And you know what? And you're going to say all this keyboard warrior, right? My face is right here. My voice is right here. It's all here. Stop being a clown.
The beep said me, bro.
I got to get them.
He had me at boop. He had me at boop.
And you know what?
Hey, Upper, you got to get you some beats.
There was nothing frequent in the chat until you come up here and show your face. Okay? Stop being a No, show your face.
Shut up, man. Shut up.
No, you shut up. You shut up, you little.
Shut up. You sound like a sissy.
Show your face. Show your face.
You
Show your face.
Show your
face. Show your
you
face.
Sound like. Shut up.
He said, "Show your face, frequent. Show your face, bro."
Stop being a clown.
Shut up.
Everybody sees me.
Shut up.
Look at you.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
Shut
go.
up.
Yeah, look at that.
Take your glasses off.
I'm right here.
Take your glasses off. Shut up. Look.
Right here. Right here.
Shut up, man.
Right here. You little clown.
All this fake outrage, man.
I know your
Be
wife
quiet,
just
man.
hates you right now.
Take off that green. You ain't from Philly. You ain't no Eagles fan. Take off that green.
Philly? We Chicago here, you little bitch ass Philly niggas. What?
Yeah, loser.
Come to Chicago. Come to
But
Chicago.
frequent, let me say this,
Chicago
frequent.
and say that shit.
It's not outrage, frequent. It's more of disappointment. It's nobody's outraged, I don't think. I think it's just more disappointment because you was up and coming. We were expecting you to come up, rise up.
But y'all doing that when the black man did it. When the other man did it, y'all ain't do that. Y'all was raising Ryan Garcia up in the air.
Listen.
I know you don't give a dang because it wasn't a black guy.
It's not the same thing.
I am focused on my community. That's why I'm saying that.
I'm not disappointed in Ryan Garcia because I don't give a fuck. Like that's what you're not understanding.
No, but see, that's the thing. He act like we didn't. No frequent. No, you got to keep this shit 1,000, dog. We told Devin to go ahead. No, hold on, bro. Look, it'd be great if you let me finish. And hold on, shout out to my brother Richie L in the Cash App with the $5 holler. He said, "Damn, Dave just went off like that." Salute to my brother in the Cash App. And let me get 3 more people to support the grind for the day, just 3 more. But frequent, if you do remember, go back and look. I said Devin and Bill need to go ahead and fight Barbosa. They do not need to fight Ryan because I said Ryan Garcia is hydrated. I said if Devin takes this fight, he is going to be in so much goddamn trouble. But y'all, Devin and Bill and y'all fans said Devin can beat Ryan at any weight. Weight doesn't matter. That's what y'all said. Then y'all took a payday. Once you signed a new contract to adhere to that weight, then it made it all even because y'all had a clear disadvantage. Y'all could have stopped the fight and fought another person and still got paid, but y'all agreed to it. So I cannot get mad if you agree to a certain standard. Like you agree, you agreed to the handicap. You agreed to the handicap. That's just like a person handicap.
So if Bella Santos would have accepted the fight, if he'd have still took the fight, then y'all wouldn't be mad at Keyshawn no more.
No, if there was Santos would have accepted the fight, then he would have been the big fool. And I couldn't have said shit about it because he accepted it.
Let me say this, Upper. We are grown adults here. These fighters have managers, have promoters, have advisors, have assistants. Once you get past the 18 years old and we're doing business and you put your signature, that John Hancock on the contract with your legal representation who signed off on it, y'all need to shut the up.
Oh man, be quiet talking tough on the internet, man.
Not tough and tough nothing. Here's how
you wouldn't hurt a fly,
man. In business, no, here's the thing. I got more money than you. My flies is gonna put the wallet down. That's how we do over here. But when you sign a contract,
you come over here, you might give up that money, bro.
You ain't giving up nothing because everything is locked down, baby. Shoot. So when you sign a goddamn contract with your laughing, nervous twig, that's why people laugh like that. They're nervous and they don't know how to express themselves properly. Yeah,
dude, we on the internet.
That's a nervous laugh, right?
We on the internet. What I'm nervous about?
Chat knows that's a nervous laugh.
That's a nervous reaction. No,
so I'm
we not saying you. That's a nervous reaction. That's a nervous reaction, though.
I've been on stage in front of thousands of people. Why would I be nervous to you, bro?
Here's the thing. They are adults. Did his lawyer
you ain't make it make sense, please.
Did his manager sign off on it? If you have a legal representation that goes over the details and then you put pen to paper and you sign it and everything's an agreement, then everybody needs to shut up because if he didn't sign a contract, then it'll be different. But he signed a contract, which means we are big boys. We are adults. You know what, though? Little boys and bitches complain about contract when they sign
it. Not talking about
put pictures on that, okay? You should just
it's not, it don't have nothing to do with
the man signed the contract. He agreed to the monetary gains. He agreed to the weight gains.
Hey, free smoke if I'm sexy.
Yeah,
hey, free smoke if I'm zesty. Pull up too. I'm here.
We're not talking about, bro. We're not talking about.
Hey, shout out to my brother, Mr.
You're talking about what Ryan did.
Hold on. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Altruistic, in the cash out with a $10 holler. He said Dave made frequent pull up his skirt. And shout out to my brother Vincent, $5 in the cash out. He saved for Dave in the building.
Hey, free.
We not talking about we not talking about.
I'm tired of keyboard warriors.
I'm up here, bro. How am I a keyboard warrior? I'm talking to you.
Hey, frequent. I'm giving you smoke already. I'm talking to free over here. I'm not talking to you this time. I'm being respectful to you at this moment here. I'm talking to
you. Actually not, because you keep talking when I'm trying to talk.
Hold on, frequent. He not even talking to you, but free smoke. I just got a question, bro. What does Dave did that's zest? Because he's talking with clarity, because he articulating his words. I'm trying to find out where people find out zest.
I answer it for him. I'm up here. His whole aura is zesty. The way his mannerisms, the way he talking, his voice. You just sound real girly, bro.
I'm real girly, all right.
You going crazy, acting all tough on the internet. You sound like you ain't never went through nothing. Come on, bro.
The bitch who makes excuses for a grown man is calling someone.
Get your panties out of bunch, bro.
You making excuses for grown men, and that's zesty. You making excuses for other men. You are making excuses for grown-ass men who signed contracts, got lawyers, and y'all gonna call
who am I making the excuse for?
Oh, y'all haniacs who say, "Oh, he did this and he did that." Come on, man.
That's where you got it mixed. That's where you got it mixed up.
Accountability.
Let me explain to you. Bro. You was talking for a long time before I even got up here. Let me explain to you. This don't have nothing to do with Devin and Bill, bro.
Hey, first off, shout out to my brother Rod Walker in the cash out with the $4 holler. He say for the grind. Appreciate you, King. Thank you for supporting the grind, brother.
Walker. He just sent me a $5 cash app too. Salute to you, Rod Walker.
Salute, Rod. Yeah, but this don't have nothing to do with Bill and Devin, bro. We're talking about Keyshawn Davis missing weight and Ryan Garcia missing weight. That's what we're talking about. It don't have nothing to do with Bill.
Yes, but we're talking about.
We're talking about the
you said that's what we're talking about, right?
Y'all had. We talking about the outrage that y'all had for Keyshawn.
Okay, well, guess what? Guess what? Did Edwin? Bro, you ain't gonna out-talk me on my shit, dog. I'm gonna ask you a question. Did Edwin De Los Santos accept? This is what I'm trying to tell you first, frequent. Edwin De Los Santos and them came with a rehydration clause for Keyshawn. The same No, matter of fact, it was a better rehydration than Keyshawn gave Gustavo Limos. Remember when he weight trained Limos when Limos came in overweight? Keyshawn and his team, they told him that they cannot rehydrate more than 15 pounds above the contracted weight. Keyshawn and his team said, fuck no. They said, fuck no. They wanted to rehydrate more than 15 pounds. Devin and Ryan, they made a whole new contract. Devin and Bill said it doesn't matter about the weight. You heinous clan said it wasn't about the weight. So y'all made a whole new contract and signed it. And then y'all got punished. And now you're crying about it. If Edwin De Los Santos would have signed the contract and got in the ring with Keyshawn Davis after seeing him blatantly miss weight and got his ass whooped, I couldn't have said shit. But the fact that they said no, and the fact that they tried to bully, shut up, nigga.
Y'all can't defend against what I'm going to say. Y'all want to keep cutting me off and not let me say what I need to say.
I'm going to finish what I'm going to say. Nigga, I got the mute button. You're going to let me finish, then I'm going to let you go.
It's all good. Go ahead.
What I'm telling you is for him to sit there and try to force this man, because he's the A side, and this man's the B side, ain't had no work in 2 years, and they tried to force that man. Even the announcers was sitting there talking about, you're still gonna put on the show tomorrow, right, Keyshawn? Like they assuming that this man is about to take this 4-pound shit and still fight. That's the assumption. That makes an ass out of you. And Edwin and his team said, you know what? Fuck that. We're not about to put ourselves at a disadvantage and take a loss for no reason. And that's what Devin and them should have did. But what? No, Devin and them, they started playing to the motherfucking crowd. They started acting like they were better than everybody, and they thought that they could go out there and beat this man because y'all said he was a C fighter. And I see that Devin's ass was bent up in a C shape. You feel what I'm saying? Like you face down, ass up, feet down. He was shaped like a motherfucking C. Look at that. Tell me that look like a crumpled ass. That look like a crumpled ass C on that.
All that's cute.
Look, he look like an L. He look like a C right there too. And if you turn him a little bit more, he look like an L for a loss. It look like an L for a loss. But when he walked back like that, he looked like a lowercase C.
That's all you doing is deflecting, bro. All you doing is deflecting right now, bro.
How am I deflecting? How am I deflecting? You signed the contract.
Because I'm talking.
What part of signing the contract? You signed the contract. It's no deflecting when you sign a contract, nigga. You signed the contract.
You just keep to come on, man. This kitty like, bro. You ain't gonna let me talk.
How's it kitty like? We're grown men. When you sign a contract,
you act like a grown man. Stop. Act like a grown man. Stop cutting me off and let me get some words out. Dang. How many of y'all
act like a grown man and stop riding the next grown man's dick? If we're talking about grown men ain't riding other grown men's dicks.
Hey Rick, they trying to insert Bill and Devin in it to try to deflect.
You inserted Bill and Devin.
We talking about Ryan.
Bill, Devin,
we talking about I ain't talking about them. We talking about Ryan and we talking about Keyshawn. We're talking about both of the people who made the infraction. Now let's put that on the table. We're talking about those two right there. Ryan did the same thing that Keyshawn did that y'all up here with all of this fake outrage about. But when Ryan
it's
did
not the same thing.
It is the same thing.
Bruh, the more you talk, the dumber I feel, dog.
Exact same thing, bro.
I feel dumber every time you talk.
Ryan missed weight in order to try to get an advantage, and y'all saying Keyshawn missed weight.
Okay, you're right. Ryan missed weight. Ryan, hold on.
Ryan Garcia.
You're right. But did Devin have to accept the fight? Did Devin have to accept the fight frequently? Okay, Ryan missed weight to get advantage. Ryan missed weight to get advantage. Yes, you're right. Did Devin have to accept the fight frequently?
Why you going to that? Forget about what
Devin have to accept the fight, dumbass. It's a yes or no question. Nigga, it's a yes or no fuck question. I don't want to hear all that other damn shit. Did Devin have to accept the fight, nigga? Did they not have irrelevant? Nigga, did they not have fucking Arnold Barbosa waiting in case Ryan couldn't make it? No, nigga, they had motherfucking Arnold Barbosa waiting in case Ryan couldn't perform, nigga. But y'all the one that called it. No, y'all motherfuckers called out. Y'all called for that smoke, you dumbass.
It has no relevance.
How you gonna get mad at something you asked for?
It has no relevance to what we're talking about. We're talking about
it has all the fucking relevance, dummy. How does it don't have no fucking relevance? They say you're not real if you don't get what you ask
y'all
for.
didn't care. Y'all didn't care nothing about it.
Oh man, this nigga stupid, dog.
Before y'all did the Devin,
I can't argue with a damn fool.
y'all wasn't
I
talking. Y'all
can't
wasn't.
argue
It
with
was
a damn
no
fool.
fake outrage. There was no fake outrage when Ryan
Nigga,
first
because
did it.
Devin accepted it. Devin the one that
Before
said it
Devin,
don't matter
before
what weight.
Devin
No.
even
Did
accepted it, when
Devin
he
not
said,
say it don't matter what weight? Did Devin and y'all say it don't matter what weight?
when Ryan stepped on,
No,
If
no.
when
Did
Devin
Ryan
y'all
would have
not
went
stepped
say
on
that
that?
the
fight,
scale,
y'all wouldn't
Did
be
y'all
saying
not say
this.
it doesn't matter what
when
weight
Ryan
that Ryan
stepped on
came?
the scale and they said that he was overweight, nobody had no outrage. But when
No,
Keyshawn
we did. We
stepped
said
on the scale,
Ryan missed weight.
y'all,
And
he
then look,
smiling.
Arnold
He missed
Barbosa,
weight and he
nigga, don't
smiling.
tell me because I can pull it up, you dumbass. I said, damn, Ryan missed weight. I said, that shit was unprofessional. And I said, look like Arnold Barbosa is about to fight Devin. And then Devin and Bill say, no, we'll beat Ryan anyway. And then y'all start hollering, yeah, we'll beat Ryan anyway. He's a C-class fighter. And then y'all got smoked, you dumbass. It's a whole
They
different
knew
character.
Ryan was gonna miss weight.
Y'all knew Ryan wasn't gonna make weight. That's why Arnold Barbosa was training through the whole thing because they had him there
So
on standby.
that's why I
Y'all had a plan B.
Keyshawn was gonna make weight. Okay, y'all might got one there because we ain't know he was gonna make weight, so that make it different. So it shouldn't be it should be more outrage because we didn't know what he was about to do.
This is the most retarded shit ever.
How he didn't know, nigga? The scale showed it. The scale showed it.
It definitely
The
is.
scale showed it, dude.
Yourself, bro. You jumped in the boiling pot yourself and cooked yourself.
Ain't no one cooked nothing here. The fact is you're so
Devin
fucking
cooked himself.
retarded, you can't even
Y'all cooked
understand.
yourself.
Fucking retarded. Hey, frequent. You're in Philadelphia.
He's sitting in the pot thinking he's taking a bath and the water boiling.
You're in Philadelphia, right? Where are your people from? Frequent.
They all from Philly.
No.
Philly.
No.
This is
Before,
hilarious, bro.
no. Where are your people from? Because I hear a lot of tethered in this here. I feel a lot of tetherness in this here. A lot of immigrants. A lot of immigrant status here. For real. So retarded.
Oh man.
He must got Nigerian in his blood. They always trying to scam shit, dog. Look at him. Look at him. Like, nigga, how you gonna get mad when you ask for the ass whooping? Like, I don't understand that.
No, I'm not mad
Shout
at
out to
all.
my brother Fight
really
Game
not
in the
mad
building.
at all.
Salute.
Man,
Fight Game. What's up, bro?
I can't hear nothing, y'all. I'm gonna have to leave and come back.
Hey,
Rick
man.
James, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, dog.
Oakland said he ain't no. I see why you got kicked out of Gang Star, nigga. They got tired of your ass, nigga.
I ain't get kicked out of Gang Star, bro.
That's why they kicked you out of Gang Star. They got tired of your black ass, dog. God damn. This nigga arguing because you said it's 99 cents. So why we gotta pay the tax? The tax made it $1.06, but we didn't agree to the tax. I wanted my tax to be 2%, which is making it $1.01. But then you add an additional 5-cent tax. Like you niggas, shut the fuck up. Like, damn.
No, y'all was just up here really going hard on Keyshawn though about missing weight.
Because he did it on purpose and didn't nobody accept it.
Ryan did the same thing though.
His career and don't even know it. He messed up his career and don't even know it.
Ryan did it on purpose too, right?
Okay, and guess what, Frequent? If Devin wouldn't accepted the fight, we would have been standing on Ryan Garcia's neck. But Devin and Bill and y'all fan base sat there and said it doesn't matter. Y'all said this. Y'all say it doesn't matter what weight Ryan comes in at because he's a C-class fighter and Devin still. No, shut up.
I'll let you get that one
Y'all
off.
say he's still gonna stand on. That's what y'all said.
I never heard y'all said that. I'll let you get that one off though. Because
no, that's what y'all did.
Bro.
You ain't let me do shit, nigga. I'm putting the facts out there. If Devin would have went ahead and fought Barbosa and said, I'm not fighting this nigga because he came in with the weight advantage, y'all took the money and y'all also said that, nigga, this is easy work. And then it turned out to be a full-time goddamn job and y'all got laid off. Y'all took a damn job and got laid off.
I don't even want to go into that because then you got him.
You can't have it both ways. You can't say the weight don't matter. No, you cannot say the weight don't matter. Shut up, nigga. You can't say the weight don't matter, then sit up here and cry about the goddamn weight.
This dude pop dirty and everything, and
that's like you tell a big girl it don't matter. You talk about, come on, girl. Come on, man. Frequent nigga, shut the fuck up,
He
dog.
popped dirty
Like,
and
you
everything.
sound sick, dude.
Y'all got all this outrage for Keyshawn. Yeah, I'm saying for missing weight.
Rick Tibbs, how you doing, my brother? Rick Tibbs, how you doing, my brother?
Rick been here for a minute. Rick got to spit.
Yeah, let Rick talk,
man.
Frequent, because you just talking stupid.
Hey, man, dog, I only hit the link, man, because, hey, man, I rock with Dave. I rock with Frequent, man. I'm just like, man, can we just all get along? I mean, goddamn, boy. It was,
Hey, that was him getting all sassy and everything. I just came up here to laugh at him.
Someone who lies blatantly every day.
I said, this dude talking crazy, bro.
Hell no. Someone who lies
If he saw me in the streets, he probably crossed the streets. He probably go on the other side of the street or something.
Frequent lies so much, he gonna get cancer just like Victor Conti.
Damn.
He be going all crazy and stuff, man. Calling me all out my name and everything. Come on, bro.
Because you're fucking retarded. That's why.
Hey, Frequent, tell me this. What are the prospects for Devin at 147 against the top dogs at 147?
What you saying? Who I think he should fight?
Who do you think he can beat? That's the top names at 147.
Oh man, I think he probably could beat everybody. He probably only had problems with Boots and Brian Norm. I think he probably could beat all them other dudes. That's all. I think he had problem. I think he could beat all them dudes. All the rest of them. I don't think nobody up there really got talent like that.
So
I think Karen Kukadaji. I think Karen to beat motherfucking Devin, to beat the shit out of him.
No, I don't think so. Devin feet way better.
Devin is food at 147 pounds.
Devin feet.
That's why he hasn't fought. That's why he's not trying to fight at 147. He keeps trying to fight at 144 and 145.
Man, I don't see it, man. It seemed like it's gonna be rough after that after what he showed against Ramirez, man. Is that what we should expect going forward, or was that just him being cautious, trying not to mess up the Ryan rematch? I mean, what is
I don't know, but think about this though. Let's say that is the new Devin. Like Devin's gonna fight every fight like that. Who up there can stop that? Who up there can beat that?
Nobody's gonna fight him then, and then y'all gonna be
nobody ain't gonna. But we not talking about nobody if they just don't fight him. We talking about if they do fight him and he fight like that. Who gonna beat him?
There's plenty of people that can beat him.
Who know how to cut off the ring like that?
You think people don't know how to cut off?
Besides maybe Boots. Boots probably cut off the ring because Boots willing to take a shot to give a shot. But all them other dudes, man, what they gonna do?
You know
except for get beat, except for get punched in the face a bunch of times, trying to catch up with him.
But if that's true, why he not fighting at 147 then? Frequent?
He just ain't get up there. He only had one fight.
What do you mean? Since when do you get the baby step up to the next weight class?
He had one fight, Queen. He only had the man just got back and had one fight. You saying why he ain't fight at 147 yet? He only had one fight.
No sense, bro.
We got to see what he gonna do. It's his next fight. He tried to fight at 147, but Tito was trying to make him fight at 144 again, or 145, instead of going on ahead up to 147.
You want us to believe that it's Tito's fault that they not fighting at 47 and not Devin Haney's? The man is a light welterweight.
I mean, we can only assume that because of the fact that we know that Tito don't even want to fight at all no more.
No, we can't assume that
he's the one who don't want to fight
below 147. So it was just sound like you trying to blame somebody else for not fighting at
147. Tito last fight wasn't at 147 either.
He's not a
140,
pounder, which is another thing nobody crying about. Why is Devin Haney trying to bring up a 140?
Look, she moving the goalposts like crazy.
Tio last fight was at the weight where he's the champion at 140. Tio's a 140 champion, and his last fight was at
we're supposed to be talking about Keyshawn.
So let's look at that. So let's look at the logics then. Which person is more likely to not want to go all the way up to 147? The guy who fought almost there, or the guy who fought all the way down at 140?
No, we're not going to do semantics. We're not going to do semantics. Shut up, Frequent. Because he was willing to go to 147 to fight Boots. So don't do that. He was calling out Boots at 147.
Rick, you know this, bro? He was willing to fight Boots. Come on, bro. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
Turkey.
He won't even
Yeah, they
fight
said
Devin.
Boots
What made
started
you
that
think
fight.
he was gonna fight Boots? He won't even fight Boots.
Turkey.
What made you think he was gonna fight Boots?
Turkey Al-Sheikh said he was gonna make the fight. Tito was calling for Boots. Boots the one that said no.
Tio was clout chasing, bro. He ain't really want to fight.
Okay,
Boots.
well then you know what?
Just was
Boots
saying
should
that
have called
because
his foul.
Boots wasn't gonna fight him.
Boots should have called his bluff, then, nigga. He
No,
called Boots bluff.
Boots is trying. Why would Boots fight him when Boots trying to get a belt? He don't got no belt. He ain't even fighting 147.
Well, he's not about to get a belt against Brian Norman, and he's not about to get the Mario Barrios fight. Barrios is fighting Pacquiao. Brian Norman's fighting over there in Japan. So why he couldn't get Tio? Tio's the biggest name that can be on his resume right now besides Brian Norman and Mario Barrios. So don't say that. Turkey Al-Sheikh, even your excellency, the one that you call excellency, he said he wants the Boots and Tio fight. He said that before they even had this shit. Boots, even Eddie Hearns came out and said that Boots is scared of underperforming. That's why Boots don't want the Tio fight. Eddie said that, nigga.
Well, Eddie don't know nothing, bro. I think that's.
I would think Eddie would know. He's Boots' promoter. He's Jerron Ennis's promoter. He the one that just said that.
I think that Tio is a lose-lose situation for Boots because he coming up from a lower weight class. He beat him. He's supposed to beat him. If he did somehow lose to him, that's going to be a loss right there for sure. But if he beat him, it's going to be a loss too because he ain't going to get no credit for it. Because he coming from a lower weight class.
Earl got credit for Mikey Garcia.
I think Boots would be more willing to fight Virgil or to move up and fight Virgil than to fight Tio coming from down lower weight class.
No, he won't. He had a chance to fight Virgil. He had a chance to fight Virgil and he said no.
He ain't duck him. He wanted to fight for the belts. The same reason he don't want to fight Tio is the same reason why he didn't want to fight Virgil. But if he had to,
that don't even make sense.
Okay, if that's the truth, then
I think he'd move up.
Look, Frequent. His next fight is not about to be for a belt. His next fight is not about to be for a belt. So what you said is this wrong. Because the next person that he's not fighting Brian Norman. He's not fighting Barrios next. So those are the only two people with a belt. Those are the only two people with a belt up there now. So his next fight is not going to be for a belt, Frequent.
I think
about Tio going to the PBC.
I think
I like that right there. That means they might be setting up Tio and Tank fight. But yeah, they said the Tio is signing with the PBC.
I don't think Tio. I think that's cat. I think that's cat. I think that's Tio with his antics again. All we know is that he had on a PBC hat, and you know what I'm saying.
Why would he have on a PBC hat? Frequent. It's intentional why he did that, bro.
Why would he call? Why would he call his excellency?
You don't remember Oscar was trying to sign Frequent?
Why would he call
Oscar been trying to sign Tio?
Why would he drop the N-word about Crawford? Why would he do all of the things, the antics that he been doing? He be doing. Tio is known to be a liar and known to be a clout chaser. So why would
Bill and Devin? Like Bill Haney and Devin?
Not being a clout chaser with this.
He very like well
Bill and Devin. Bill and Devin are known clout chaser.
If it was coming from anybody else, a credible source, I would say okay, but it's just Tio.
Okay, Tom Brown
with a hat on. With a hat on.
No, look, Tom Brown, the president of PBC, he reposted it.
He reposted what? What did he say?
He reposted Tio's thing. That's the president of PBC. Tom Brown Promotions.
Oh, he reposted it? I ain't see that.
That's what Knight Rider just said.
I didn't see that either.
If he did that, that's a pretty good source.
Yeah, but we don't got. Well, we taking that off face value on somebody. Look, he all hype for something that's not even. He all hype for something that don't even got no. It don't even got no foundation, and you going crazy. Be quiet.
It's not about hype. You literally just said I need a credible source. Then Knight Rider in the chat says Tom Brown reposted it. There's your source. And
nobody up here said they saw it. And nobody up here said they saw it. So you willing to take that off face value?
No. So how about this? So you're calling Knight Rider a liar then? Hey, Knight Rider. Hey, Knight Rider. Freaking just called you a liar. There we go.
I ain't call him no liar. I just don't take things
You
off face
just said
value that
no,
I
no,
hear
no.
random people say.
Don't do the word salad.
I
He
don't,
just
Why
bro.
said.
would
I
Knight
don't
He
Rider
know.
sit
I
just
there and
don't
said
know
say
Knight
Tom
you
Brown
Rider.
called Knight
posted
Rider
for
a
no reason?
I
liar.
don't know
You
Knight
did.
Rider.
So even though you called him a liar,
I don't know him to call him a liar. I don't know Knight Rider, so I'm not gonna take.
he just said Tom Brown post. You said you wanted the
I
source.
don't take
He
things
came
off
in there. He
face
came in and said
value,
Tom
bro.
Brown. That is your source, right?
He said he retweeted it. Somebody pull it up. That's all. It's simple as that.
You
Deal
They
trying,
with
said
you
that.
KO
trying.
talked about it on
Stop
his show
playing the
last night.
game again. He say, she say stuff, bro.
So you called Knight Rider a liar. Hey, Knight Rider, you got called a liar, bro.
You spicy, bro.
Nah, I'm just tired of liars. That's all. I can't stand liars. People who just lie every day for no reason. You know,
What
come
I
to the
lie
polls.
about, bro? What I
What I
lie
lie
about?
about, what I lie about, what I lie about. You always lying,
Come on,
dude.
bro.
You
Grow up,
always
man.
lying. You always lying. I swear, I know your woman just hates to see you when you come home, don't
You
she?
can't be serious,
God
bro.
damn. She sees you like, God damn, he's home. Why don't he just die? I
Your dude
swear.
hate when you come home, don't he?
Oh no. Wifey's home right now. She good right now.
Your
Wifey's
dude hate
good.
when you come home.
Wifey's good right now, bro. Wifey's upstairs. She chilling. She don't gotta do much, man. We handle business over here. We handle business over here, man.
You the man in y'all situation?
You wished you could be a man. You wish. That's why you asked. And that's why you're a goddamn teller. He from Nigeria. He probably from Somalia, West Africa, some shit like that. Because no black man acts like this every damn day. No black American. Let me get that straight. No black American acts like this every day. I went there,
don't know. You been
LaMarcus.
on YouTube? How long you been on YouTube?
Now, I'm not talking about Sambos. I'm calling him a tether.
The hell? That's nerd talk, bro.
Nerd talk. Where are your
He's
people
a
from,
tether.
Frequent? Where are your people from?
Come on with that spicy
Frequent.
nerd talk, bro.
He's the tether, y'all. There we go.
Yeah.
Anybody who says that about the word tether, where are your people from, Frequent? Where are you from? Let's deep dive this here. Where are your people from, Frequent? They didn't send a ride at Philly. Where are your people from? Where they at? They from the Caribbean? Yeah, they're from Jamaica. Where? They're from where your people come from, dog? Because
Oh man.
you ain't originally from down Philly. They came from somewhere. You immigrate here like them goddamn people protesting this weekend. You part of those deplorables, ain't you?
What you got against immigrants, bro?
I got
What
the
you got
illegal
against
ones.
immigrants?
I got the illegal ones I got a problem with. And since you said that, you must be one, ain't you? There's that nervous laugh, y'all.
What's going on, Crush the Legend?
Oh man. I'm nervous. I might get deported, right?
What's up, y'all?
Who that? Crush? What's up?
What's up, Crush? What you got?
What's up, Crush?
Yeah, I hear y'all cooking up all this stuff, man. Listen, man. Let me say this first. Let me just start here. Devin shouldn't even came up, but people got to bring Devin up. So let me just start with him.
They always bring Devin up. I think it's because of me, bro. When they see me, they feel like they need to bring up Devin and Bill.
I mean that's your guy, Frequent. I know that. That's your guy, and it's no problem.
Yeah, but we here talking about Keyshawn and Ryan Garcia.
Right. Be quiet. You brought this up.
They did this, they did that.
Go ahead, Crush.
Real quick with Devin, let me just sum him up real quick. He still got a ways to go. We still don't know where he's at. We don't. It's just the truth. I'm not roasting the man. I ain't got no problem with the young man. But we don't know where he's at. And I know he's stepping in the danger zone a little bit at 147. Now, of course, it's easy to say is guys up there that he's more skilled than. Yes, it is. It's facts. But he's not more skilled than every single person up there. That's facts, no matter what you think. We still don't know how good he would take punches. We don't know. We don't know how damaged his punch resistance is. We don't. He didn't try to throw that on the line. He didn't gamble with it. Okay, that's on him. He got to deal with that backlash. But the thing is, I don't know, but for him to be facing anyone that can punch, I don't think that would be the smart thing right now. So the next thing for him, I don't know who they should give him, but they should give him something not too light and not too heavy. But I don't know how good he's going to do at 147. And I've been said once the situation fell out, this man is on the second part of his career. He's starting from the scratch board, y'all. He's not picking up where he left off. That's just reality. So now we got to see. Hold up, Freako. Let me just land this real quick. So now we got to see, because he had a heck of a the first half of his career. Look what he did. He was considered the youngest in charge. So let's see what he can do. Now, this guy would be the guy that we should be calling the takeover because it's the return of him. Tito never took over anything but clout chasing. That's all he is. He's the master clout chasing, and I hate Boy. If I'm at a fight and I see Boy, y'all gonna hear about it on the news. I'm gonna put my hands on his ass. I don't like it. His head need to be on the stick. I wish Boots would have did it, but let's be real. Boots would have fought Tito and he beat the brakes off him. I don't know why y'all think Tito is so elite. He's good, but he's not elite.
He wouldn't have got no credit, right, Crush?
Exactly, and everybody already know that. So some of the people need to stop the nonsense with that fake stuff and whining and crying because I got moist meter for all you moist ass boxing fans and haters and people who don't know the sport of boxing, man. Y'all don't. And for Keyshawn Davis, poor sportsmanship, the lowest level of sportsmanship I've seen in boxing. And I've seen a whole lot of ignorant shit in boxing. But this one here, come on, man. And I'm going to tell y'all what that really was about. People saying, oh, because he missed weight. No, let me tell you something. Nair Albright was always haunting this man in his head. Y'all seen that fight. Y'all seen the fight. And he was giving him that work. No matter if you thought Nair lost or not. He's a very.
You think this is set up for the rematch at 140?
Yeah. So he was already, all up in his feelings about that. Because when the camera was on, I'm like, why'd you so taking your brother fighting so personal? What's wrong with you? You look like a little bitch right now. And he's up there and start whining like all the motherfucking members of the whinings. And I'm saying, yeah, because he remember now your Albright was giving him that motherfucking work. And he lucky that he smoked the weed for whatever fucking reason and called it a no contest. I would have gave the W to Nair Albright. This guy might be super fucking sloppy, but his sloppy is certain goddamn fighters. I don't like the sloppiness. I know his promoter, his manager. We grew up in. I said, I like Nair. I used to see him train at the Marion Anderson gym. I know his trainers, Rev and G. I know those guys. They train right in South Philly, not too far from the gym I used to go to as a kid. Not even talking, man, that was, but he's just a little too sloppy. That sloppy gonna get him knocked sloppy one day, real bad. We seen sloppy guys like that really get their bells rocked to the highest level of ringing. But I do like Nair Albright, but that type of pressure works against guys like that who ain't used to pressure. A lot of these guys just, but they don't like pressure. And Keyshawn is one of those dudes. Y'all got to show me.
You think Nair could beat Keyshawn?
Then I think he beat him the F up.
I thought he did last time.
I thought he beat
him the first time.
He beat his ass up. Let me tell you something. All these dudes, a lot of these fighters are moist. See, the only thing they can do is be aggressive, but when that aggression come back, pressure bust pipes everybody, moonwalking better than Michael Jackson, can't box on the back foot, can't even get down on their knees and pray correctly. Y'all
remember what Keyshawn said when he was sparring Tank? He said Tank turned me into a defensive fighter, and I don't like to be a defensive fighter. Tank turned Keyshawn into a defensive fighter.
Crush, I can't front. I ain't really think high of Keyshawn either, but Keyshawn got a lot better now. Especially under the tutelage of Bomac. I think Keyshawn is definitely a lot better. He ain't the same person that he fought when Albright fought him last time. I think he definitely a different fighter now. So I'm not going to say that I know for sure that Keyshawn will beat Nair, but I just think he probably would. Albright. I think that I would lean towards Keyshawn in that fight. But yeah, it'll be a good scrap though. I think they should make it happen at 140 and all of that. But my question to you, Crush, though, how do you what I was doing?
Hey, Frequent, you've done enough, bro. You've done enough. Your airtime is over with, bro. You've done enough.
It ain't no freedom of speech up here, huh? No freedom of speech or
topics. You act like this your damn show. Everybody said they tired of hearing you up here, bro.
I wanted to ask. I was about to ask him a question. I wanted to ask him how he saw, Keyshawn missing weight as, compared to Ryan missing weight.
He just said
the same exact thing.
By frequent. He wants to keep.
What's up, Dave? What's going on, my man?
We done answered that question 8 damn times, and he keep wanting to revert back to Ryan Garcia, man.
Hey, Crush, I've never talked to you before. How you living, bro?
Good. I'll be checking you out, bro. Hey, you know what? To be honest with the chat here,
I go off like that because it's one thing to troll like here and now and then. We all do that online. You know, we have our jokes behind our keyboards or our phones like that. But he does this every day, and it's not just the trolling, it's just the blatant lies every day. And then he would say, what I lie about, I don't have time to go over every single goddamn lie. And I don't mind people trolling, it's just the fact that he does it every day.
He's not trolling. He really believes this shit.
And then that's the thing, though. And it gets to a point, it's not even trolling. If he's doing this every day, this is who he is. And I don't respect that. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to joke now and then, but then when it's like, you're not even being credible, it's like, what's the difference? He signed the contract to go with that fight. My man this Saturday said, we ain't signing no contract. We ain't doing no fight at all. There's the difference. Someone said, yes, put pen to paper. Let me get my check. Let me get my bonus because you missed weight. So I got extra money so we can go ahead and do this fight on Saturday for this main event in New York here. Difference to this Saturday is, nah, you about to be a welterweight in a few hours here. No, we ain't doing no fight. There's the difference. Someone signed a contract. The other side said, no fight. Matter of fact, the commission said no fight, unless they was going to have to do the whole contract over under a whole different weight class and weight stipulation. They weren't going to let him take that weight off. It was too much weight for him to take off in 2 hours. So it would have to be a new contract anyway. So my thing is, dude, you're just a blatant liar and people don't respect it. And that's why I asked if he was an immigrant, because that's what illegal immigrants do. They lie. They're deceivers. And then he do that every day. That's in his nature, and he can't help it. So we got to call it out.
That's why I was saying, like, and him and his fan base is the one that said weight didn't matter. They was the ones that accepted that shit. And then, like I said, if they would have said no and fought Barbosa, I would have been on Ryan's ass. But they said Ryan's a C class. Weight don't matter. They'll do this and that. And then they got beaten. Now they want to holler about the shit. No.
And here's the thing.
You took the handicap.
Yeah. If Ryan never, they said no, bringing Barbosa up and Ryan's off the card, Ryan would be, the way we're talking right now, would be going on for this whole year right now. Ryan would not be able to get past it right now. So the same thing for Keyshawn. You messed up people's money. Like, it's not that big of a deal. People ain't realizing that the venue, the city, government officials, Top Rank, y'all don't know how much it takes to put on a card of this magnitude on an ESPN night there. A lot of folks lost a lot of money here and gonna say it's not a big deal. White folks, when they lose money, they gonna make you pay for it, best believe.
Especially with you mentioned government officials. He had just got the key to the city.
Like
it's a lot of things.
Impact.
People want to keep comparing this to Ryan Garcia, and I don't know why.
Exactly. And Ryan did cut 14 pounds the day before the fight as well.
That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point, Cash. I keep trying to say, like, that's completely different. Keyshawn put on more weight. What the hell are we talking about?
And then also in the contract, they didn't even put in a rehydration clause so Devin could weigh what he wanted, just like Ryan. If there was an issue, then say the cutoff is at 150 at 10 a.m. and then after that, then after 10 you can weigh wherever you want. Those clauses happen all the time, especially IBF. When they say that 10-pound weight clause, they have to make that by the a.m. depending on what zone they're in, 9 or 10 a.m. Then after that, they can weigh whatever they want. The key is when you have to get on the scale, you just don't have to be that weight till it's fight time. No, after you hit the scale the last time, you can weigh whatever you want in those contracts.
Exactly. And don't you know that they were still allowing Keyshawn to rehydrate 10 more pounds? They just told him he cannot come over 150. And him and his team said, fuck that. They said, fuck that.
Hey, sir,
like,
if you support illegal immigration, then you should go to the country where they need to go back to. It's called legal immigration, not illegal, all right? So if you rock with the illegals, you breaking the law. I'm not for breaking the law. Should I post the ICE number for everybody, please? That's how I feel about it. I'm an American. You ain't going to do that to me, Sonny. If you ain't American, you need to calm down.
That shit crazy, but yeah. What y'all think about? Did y'all see Terrence? Did y'all see Terrence Crawford post the video of him shadow boxing?
And he posted the thing for the September fight too. He posted this thing on Twitter a few hours ago.
Man, I know.
Yeah, I seen them when they down that him and Canelo on the mountain shit. That shit like Brokeback Mountain.
there go Turkey with some more window stuff.
Yeah, that shit look like Brokeback Mountain, bro.
But he looked big and slow, like I said he was going to be with all that extra weight.
Oh yeah,
And
when he was shadow boxing, yeah, I did see it
yeah,
when he
he
was shadow
looks slow.
boxing.
That boy was thick. That boy Terrence Crawford is thick, and it looked like he ate his way up. You know what I'm saying? It
Mm-hmm.
looked like he ate
Nah, he
his way
snacked.
up.
Nah, he
A lot of
snacked his way up
chitlins.
there.
He looked like he eating a lot of chitlins, y'all. That's a lot of
He looked thick,
pork, smothered pork chops and mashed potatoes. Look that looks there.
and I just
And
think
some
that's
Victor
he don't
Conte.
struggle, man. And
He
just
got
like
Victor Conte too.
That too upper combination.
because
Yes,
I
sir.
heard what Charlo said that was a mistake that Jermel made, thinking he need to put on all that weight. And it's like I feel like we see it time and time again. Fighters move up and jump weight classes and put on weight, and it don't work. I don't understand why people keep doing it. That's the thing I don't understand about boxing. It seems like people keep doing the shit that don't work over and over. I
Two
don't.
cent. Let me
And
pick
you
your
know what that's
brain.
called? Know what that called? It's called insanity. Doing something over and over again, expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity right there.
Hey, 2 cent. Let me ask something. Do you remember was you upper and crush about what 10, 15 years ago when Bernard Hopkins hired what's that trainer Mackey when he went from middleweight to light heavyweight for a Tarver fight because
Right.
Mackey was the guru of putting on weight with the combination of maintaining power and at least maintaining
And
or
speed.
increasing your speed. And
Yep.
I don't
Yeah.
understand why nobody. And what did Hopkins do? His body was transformed where that. Oh my God, he looks better now. He did that light heavyweight and gave Tarver that butt kicking. So why is
Yes, he
nobody
Yep.
looking at Mackey, who we saw results with Hopkins back then, but people just want to try to throw on 3 months
Because they
when he.
got Conti.
But
Because they got
Conti's not.
Victor.
But Conti's results not the same as Mackey's results. If we see his history, if you know him as a trainer for track, for boxing, regardless here, it just boggles me that people don't go to his technique.
People
'Cause we
try to
saw
take the
Bernard
shortcut.
Hopkins.
It's the shortcut,
They
man.
don't
You
want to
know,
spend no
people try to
money,
take the
dude. That
shortcut.
Wayne does. They don't want to spend that
And
money.
they not trying to spend that type of money for Mackey right there. You know, he's sought after. He's very expensive. You get what you pay for.
That's
You
true.
know
And
what
you
I'm saying?
saw the documentary of him. He was like, we do a pound, and then we take that pound, and then we look at the science of how we maintain speed and power or increase it, and then we do it strategically over a period of time, not just
I'm
put
gonna have
on
to
his
look into this
weights.
guy. What's his name?
Mackie Shilston.
Yes,
Shilston.
yes. Go back to that Hopkins. I mean, the Bernard Hopkins fight. You can get all the details. They did a documentary. They did a little short on it. But he was talking about we take the 1 pound and then we just work with that pound, and then it's this whole balance effort. And then they start increasing and just slowly but surely build it. Not just throw on this weight and then you work with it there. Because like you got to understand your body and your metabolism
You have to
and how
build as you go.
and build as you go. Exactly, upper.
See what they doing now? They putting it all on and then trying to work with it. Like they trying to just get the building block all the way there, then trying to sculpt it. Nah, you need to sculpt it as you go. That's why I say that's what happened to Roy Jones when he lost all that weight. He lost muscle mass and shit too. That's why he was never the
Too
same
much
because he
to go
didn't.
from heavy to light heavy in like 6
Yeah,
months from that fight, and then
yeah,
stayed there without even. That was his body never recovered. He should retire and
exactly,
take that fight.
exactly. But see, people don't understand that, and see, that's why a lot of people don't understand. Like gaining weight is like Crawford did it right the first time when he moved from 140 to 147. You see how long it took him to adjust to 147. And that's when he said, fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and fight motherfucking Spence at the end of that. But it takes a minute for your body to adjust to that damn weight. Like, look at James Lights Out Tony. He went from middleweight to heavyweight, but he did it the correct way. That's why he still had his power. Most people, when you move up in weight, Tito, when he went from 135 to 140, he has no power. You have to make your body grow into your speed and your power as you go up there. You just can't put the weight on and think you can just sculpt your body. It's not going to happen like that. Like Holyfield, from cruiserweight to heavyweight, his power increased. But yeah, James Toney went from middleweight to heavyweight and still was getting knockouts. And he trained the correct way. That's the only way you can do that shit right there. You just can't pile up a whole bunch and then expect motherfuckers to damn smooth it out. It ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna work.
Nah, James Toney was just lazy as hell. That's why he went up to heavyweight. James Toney didn't like doing nothing but sparring.
But
He ain't do no roll work.
carried though, eh?
His power ain't really carried like that. James Toney's my favorite fighter of all time. The only notable guy I could think that he stopped at heavyweight is probably Evander Holyfield. Outside of that, nah. Most of his knockouts came
Tyson
at
didn't do it,
they either
Tyson didn't
came
do
at
it.
but Tyson fought him way earlier than James Toney. James Toney fought him in the 2000s. Tyson fought him in the 90s.
Yeah.
But with James Toney, most of his knockouts came around middleweight or super middleweight.
We gotta have context though. His whole career was middleweight and super middleweight though. He went to heavyweight at the end of his career though. We gotta have context with that.
Nah, not really
Yeah.
towards the end.
Yes.
He-
Yes. Look at his career. Look at the years. We gotta have context with that.
It was like late 90s, early 2000s. Because I remember when he was fighting dudes like Samuel Peters and Gassiev and guys like
he was at
that.
cruiserweight. He was at cruiserweight too. We gotta put context in that here. You know,
James Toney was just lazy as hell. That's all the context you need. The dude was just lazy.
He loved to eat, but he wasn't at heavyweight to the end of his career.
He was just lazy.
But he was
Mackie Shellstone also worked with Roy Jones too. He's the one that got him up there to heavyweight. There's actually a documentary about that on YouTube. And Mackie Shellstone used to work with football players.
That's why I was saying when Roy Jones tried to come back down, it destroyed his body because they carefully put that weight up there for him to go up there. Him and Mackie, they carefully prepared his body to go to heavyweight. And then for him to try to come back down without Mackie, it destroyed his body. He was never the same. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, it's the way he took the weight off. Mackie Shellstone had him doing a lot of like isolated things, you know what I mean? To isolate the muscle groups and all that. It's a really good documentary. It's on YouTube. Andre Ward worked with Mackie Shellstone too when he went up to 175.
A lot of track work too. A lot of discipline work.
A lot of isolation. Because his whole thing was being sleek and being stealthy. He kept referring to Roy as a fighter jet. He's like, I need you to be in there like a fighter jet.
Hey, look. Hey, 2 Cent Dave, I gotta run, but I'm gonna leave the show up here. 2 Cent, just let me know when y'all done and I'll close it out. You hear me, 2 Cent?
Okay.
I gotta run and handle something for the family.
I thought it was also strange too. Terrence said he only getting $10 million for this fight. And so you think he getting more or less?
When it comes to money, I don't believe no boxer.
Yeah.
First off, if Terrence Crawford got $10 million to fight Canelo, then that's a blessing because Bivol only got $5 million to fight Canelo. Canelo gives you a flat fee. You don't get paid versus Canelo. You don't get that payday. You don't get payday like that. You get what Canelo gives you. But shout out to Crawford. He probably get about $7 million. But yeah, I gotta run though.
Shout out to Upper. Now, 2 cents. I don't believe most boxers when it comes to the purses until we see like when the state commission received the purses and their percentages because they got the back end. But when it comes to when they say something before a fight, I don't believe they all be capping because all they say they got money when all of them ain't got no money. The topic today was Tito, and Tito for years talked about how he was the takeover, making all his money, and then all this stuff hitting the fan this last year. Now talking about he ain't never made $1 million. You know what I mean? So these guys just trying to fake it till they make it. These boxers are no different than the regular people you see on Instagram faking it till they make it.
I agree 1,000% on that one.
Man.
So you wouldn't agree Terrence has made it?
What's that?
You don't think Terrence has made it?
Consistently big paydays? Like
he's
rich.
No.
He's rich. Here's the thing. He is a rich man. We're not disputing that. There's a difference between his paychecks and Canelo's paychecks the last decade, or his paychecks and Tank's paycheck the last 5 years, right? They making good money. They're millionaires, right? We don't know if they tricking it off, how they living behind the scenes, but we know from at least the person from Bob Arum and the contracts and then whatever like that, if there's any back end, maybe never got or not, we know they're making 6-7 figures. We're not gonna hate on that, right? They getting theirs. But there's like, what did I forgot the one comedian said? The person Shaq is rich. The white dude who signs his checks is wealthy. And that's these boxers right now. They're just faking to their mate. They're getting money, but then the next guy's up. They're the ones getting it. So he's living nice, but he ain't Canelo nice.
No, he not fighting. He never built himself to be that. Like I don't think he ever really wanted that. I know he kind of say he do to play victim, but it's obviously that he didn't want the stardom. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't think he ever really wanted that because I felt like he killed his momentum after the Spence fight.
the best thing would have done after he won that fight, he bigs up Spence. Because then how much money you make, even if it's not going to be a rematch, you always let that linger for that potential payday in the future. When you crap on that man, you crap on the money. Because the average person may say, well, if he thought it was that easy, why would I pay for a second fight? Like, he's not even thinking about the consumer aspect of how can I make the next buck next later? If I have to run it back of him, can we make more money? Or if it's not going to be as much, will it still be my highest payday? When you crap on that, you crap on everybody who bought the fight then. He wasn't that good. He wasn't the best one. I fought guys better. Well, then as a buyer, it's like, well, why'd I buy the rematch then? Like, say, all these things got to compute when you're trying to sell a fight. And Floyd learned that after the Gotti fight. Because you remember in that Gotti fight, he was going hard on ESPN, saying he was a C-plus fighter. But if you look at after that fight, because he been meant to that, and people talk to him, we're trying to sell this fight. Big up this white boy. If white people buy this fight and you win, they're going to keep buying to hate you now. Right? You never see him call anybody a C-plus fighter after Gotti, because you say everybody, he's a good fighter. You know, it's going to be a tough fight in Saturday night. We'll see what happens, you know, after that, because he's selling, because these athletes don't understand that you're not just an athlete anymore. You're part of entertainment. And if you're part of entertainment, you're a salesman. And the idea is people buying tickets or buying pay-per-views. The idea is that you can't box forever. You got to get as much as you can while you're in it. And if you're not going to be a salesman, then you're not trying to be the top paid guy in the game.
Exactly. And that's Keyshawn calling himself the businessman. Like, it's almost like the mentality of those guys over at Top Rank. And I'm not sure why is that. Maybe because it's the business model, but it's just like, let me get mine. It's like no future thinking. It's just, what you gonna pay me for this? Okay, I'll do it. Boom. And then they just go to the next and go to the next. They're not really building themselves. You know what I'm saying?
I like that 2 cents. And you know what, though? A lot of fighters who's aligned with, I'm not saying all the managers, but I just want to focus on one here. Jay Prince, who's done a good job in managing, but how's it that the guys he's managing hasn't taken that next step? And don't look at Al Heyman. You can say what you want about Al Heyman. He's arguably the greatest advisor manager in entertainment history. Not just in boxing. Y'all need to do his homework on the entertainment industry and how he's created more black millionaires before he even got to boxing than anybody you probably known. And that is
he's responsible for a lot of, and that's when people talk about Al Heyman, I just be like, y'all don't know who Al Heyman is. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all don't. But this is the thing.
Into the game, like, let me say this before you get in. Like Jay Prince, how is it that we don't see his fighters? He's getting them good checks, but we don't see that next level step up? Unlike when you see people give Al Heyman. I mean, it's like work of Al Heyman, you see the difference. And I'm not saying Jay Prince is not getting that bag, but there's levels to the game as far as representation.
And I'm glad you brought up Jay Prince, because now I'm starting to look at Jay Prince like, is he a good manager? I mean, he's okay. Let's say, I'm not saying he's a bad manager, but could he be a better manager? Could he be a better manager? Because
exactly.
It's like, what is going on with your fight? It's like he moving them weird. But at first it was like, okay, if you with Jay Prince, you probably gonna be with Top Rank. And then you see how Top Rank move and maneuver their fighters. But to finally see Jay Prince not be involved with Bob, like Shakur is doing something different, and it's kind of like, what are y'all doing? Like, what is going on with Jay Prince? What happened to Jared Anderson? Like, why did you let Jared Anderson make that decision? And it's like you making that decision not based off longevity, but based off the payday. And it seems like y'all making decisions based off of paydays, and that gets you in sticky situations in boxing, and then it also doesn't give you the longevity that you want in boxing. Like, y'all want to be stars, but you're not planning your career up to be that way. Top Rank don't ever have people that be at Top Rank and turn into pay-per-view stars. They have to leave and go somewhere else. But while you're at Top Rank, you should be moving and putting yourself in a position to be able to do that, which is what I thought Shakur Stevenson was doing. So when he became a free agent, I was like, all right, cool, he's finna go up now. But he went down. He went backwards.
Historically, too, since the people who had the personalities had to leave Top Rank to be pay-per-view stars, who had that skill, personality, and had the core fan base that the people followed them once they were under a different outlet to say, here I am, the lights are shining now, and then boom, here it is here, right? Because look at Oscar De La Hoya, as big as he was the golden boy, once he officially split from Bob Arum and he was doing his own thing, you know what I'm saying? Bob Arum was holding him back until he did his own thing. right? The same thing with Floyd. He kept saying, you holding me back, and then he went in and did his own thing. Like, these fighters know their audience, and I don't think that Top Rank knows their audience. Even Bob Arum, this is a repeated thing, he said he didn't know how to promote Floyd because he didn't understand the hip-hop era. So you literally probably got people in those offices who are looking at boxing the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, and not looking at these fighters today and how they move, and it's a different breed, different class. Like, I'm 45 now, and the cats younger than me move differently. So if I can understand that, how are these guys cutting the checks can't understand it unless they're stuck in their ways?
Or they're just capping, they don't want to do it. Thomas Hill, what's going on?
Oh shoot, I'm just sitting here listening to the good talk. I mean, it's amazing to me that people would try their very best to downplay or speak ill of anything that Al Heyman has done. Al Heyman has been successful in every venture he's done, to the point where, like I say, and I say this all the time, but you have people who historically don't care too much for our kind, naming their firstborn sons after that man. It lets you know right then and there something different about him. The fact that he has sustained longevity in spite many ill attempts to try to say he's in a felon or a decline state speaks volumes. But as you guys have just said, what Top Rank can offer you, for the most part, and especially at certain weight classes, is the opportunity to become a champion. Offer you TV time. They can't offer you stardom. When you want to be a superstar, you can't be a superstar under Bob and his business model, because he is the biggest entity at Top Rank. Nothing is ever bigger than me. Al makes you bigger because he understands that, as you so eloquently stated, Dave, that he makes millionaires. And that's his motto. Like, I'm going to make it to the point where you can be self-sustained and you'll never have to depend on nobody. Unfortunately, he does have the wrong complexion. And because of that, he's beating people at his own game, at their own game. And they hate that. So, of course, they're going to put it out there that he isn't what he is, that he's constantly just ruining the sport, and he's doing all types of things just to be diversive to the fact that he's actually making traction. I hope that these fighters do get what's due them, because people come to see them. They don't come to see the promoter. Now, unfortunately, the thing is, the money is necessary to buy up the TV time, to buy up the venue, to make sure that there's, vendors in there. There's parking for the people, and then there's ability for people to be seen across the platform in other states, cities, nations, and things like that. So, they are necessary. But if they have all that money and there's no product, what are they peddling? So, it's just got to be to the point where people actually start seeing what's going on. Unfortunately, as you said about weight gaming, that's another thing. A lot of times we see people doing things that never was ever accomplished before. And they say there's nothing new under the sun. So, like, they're not doing anything new that's going to be beneficial to them. But what they are doing is slowly taking away their prime time at other weight classes, because they're starving themselves. Well, not starving, but depriving themselves to get into a division where they feel like they can be most productive. And, people really do need to see things for what they are. A lot of times people say things and do things because it has a certain look and people will latch on to it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's always the case. And a lot of times we see that within these people that, quote unquote, get the pass for doing whatever the fudge they want to do. And then it's not so for certain people that's held to a standard. But it all comes to the wash in the end, man. That's all I got to say for my opening statements.
Hey, Thomas, I want to add on that, too. And I see someone in the chat that was talking about how Al Heyman teaches Mr. Miles how to, fish to get their own food. I just want to give you guys some homework and some history on this here. Al Heyman's initial management touring company, which he sold, but he owned portions of it, is the infrastructure to Live Nation today, people. Once you understand that, Live Nation, the infrastructure, the beginning blocks before the mergers, he still owned percentage. That was Al Heyman that started that over 40 plus years ago. And when you wonder why people don't leave Al Heyman like that, all those relationships in business and entertainment and what that goes on with the tour and traveling with the other entities in music and hip hop, R&B and everything like that, he brought that to boxing. And people behind the scenes know that. And the people assigned with him are being exposed to all his things here. So when you see, it's like, why no one leaves Al Heyman? Because there's things outside of boxing, and that's why these guys are only fighting twice a year. Because once they establish themselves to be the stars and they're making their money, they have other entities involved. As much as we hear all the drama with the Charlo brothers, we don't hear them being broke at all. We don't hear them complain about money at all whatsoever. Like, the only person ever complained about money from the PBC is Broner, and he ain't even rocking with the crew no more. And you see what happens when don't rock with the crew. You see one or two examples. You see that's just him janking his money off.
Yeah, Broner blew all his bread. He blew
exactly. So my thing is, the people behind the scenes are being exposed to a lot more than just boxing. And these guys are able to diversify their portfolios and their bonds. I was gonna crack a Wu-Tang joke. But you guys get the idea that if these guys have IRA accounts, which Al Heyman I know has been taking their money and putting that there, and this market is riding high and heavy right now, these guys are making money in their sleep and they don't gotta fight as much as they used to anymore. It's just so much behind the scenes that people are trying to dog Al Heyman because they don't know what he's actually doing for the fighters by taking a less percentage, because Al Heyman's business model is, I take less percentage to get a bigger pot of everybody else. And when people know I make them money, more people come. I'll take 5% over here while you taking 30% of 2 or 3 people here. Well, I got 200 or 300 people taking 5 here. And then they just keep going and going.
Well, when you know what you're doing, you comfortable doing that.
Exactly. Like Leo Santa Cruz is that's his godfather. Like the kid is, like Al Heyman's kid. You know what I mean? Leo Santa Cruz kid, that's the godfather, Al Heyman now. Like, your manager is the godfather of their kid? That tells you, like, this dude made me some money and changed my life. That tells you how close he is with his clients. And so if you never hear anybody else going broke, y'all not seeing the particulars of outside of boxing. And so, not just boxing, do y'all homework on Al Heyman. There ain't been another manager that's made black Americans more millionaires than this man before he got with Floyd Mayweather.
Hey, y'all, it's 4 o'clock. I gotta hop off real quick, but it was good chatting with y'all. Y'all come by the live tonight, 10:30 p.m.
I gotta go too as well, so we gotta tell Upper to close it down because I gotta go too.
All right. Upper, come shut us down. Go ahead, Thomas Hill.
Well, I was gonna say, to piggyback off of what Dave just said, the thing that people don't know about Broner is that he was upset that Al was retaining some of his money so that he could have money beyond his lifestyle and his habits.
You know what that is, Thomas? That was the money in the investment accounts that Al does with all his clients. And Broner didn't want his retirement. He wants retirement portfolio now instead of letting how the market is cooking right now, where everybody's just getting rich right now who got a little penny in the market.
Yep. And on that note, I'm about.
We up out here, y'all.
Salute, hey, Crush. You got any final work before you go?
Yeah, man. I coffee and donuts. I will be on tomorrow morning at 6:30, my normal time. It's kind of noisy at work today, so y'all make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for Coffee and Donuts for Grown Up, when every conversation is always on reality and facts and not fantasy and pumped up stuff. When I'm out of here, Dave, I'll see you on the next night, bro.
Crush, put your channel in the chat. Before we get out of here, for all content creators, put your channel in the chat before we go. People do watch the live replay, and then if they watch the live replay, they see all the comments. So, Crush, I will look for your channel now. Shout out to you. Everybody else, if you got a channel, put it in the chat as well, because people can watch and can click on it later for the replay gang. Shout out to you, Crush.
Thanks, brother.
Shout out to you, Crush. I see Upper in the chat here. Salute to you, Upper. I'm about to get out of here, so you know you can go ahead and shut this channel down. Salute to him for letting us talk right now. For everybody that's part of the anger management crew, Fire Stick Gang, I rock with y'all and everything like that. Salute to Upper and salute to Kai. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Click on the like button. And also, you guys know that you can support in his Cash App anytime, not just during the show. So if you're on the replay, hit the Cash App, not what he's asking for right now as well, guys, because you got to support the grind. I'm that dude named Dave. You can go to my channel as well. I'm on YouTube as well. You can rock with me and we talk it all as well. So on that note, I'll fall back here and I'll let Upper, close the show out. Thank you, everybody, for saluting this channel. Pieces.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me a op, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. I bout to leave them holding like the Bible. AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK to anybody, kill him. Hop out, keep the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split him. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eating bullet for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up, eat em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get this pussy, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave